was definitely happening, and no one was talking about it. And it was like my thing. The big shock was that he was just giving so many like receipts. He just showed up with receipts because the thing is, Cat likes to talk, and it's like you'll see one of his interviews, and the one thing most people say if they've been in the industry, seen it, or anything, they're like, "Oh, did he let the host talk?" Because he just runs, and it was just like, yeah, he did, but my God, so much that it was just like, oh, I was taking notes. Oh my God, so he's not a crackhead. Okay, all right, like just going over it all, and I was like, damn. But like I said, uh huh, dude, yeah, I was like, my God. And he's like, yeah, I just adopted a bunch of people, and everything. I was like, man, he really does have a good heart, I guess, and like he's really doing things. But some of the stuff, it was just like having to get the meat from the bones, because he was like, oh, blah blah. Kid Cudi wore a dress because it was like some Illuminati kind of initiation, a humility sacrifice, and then Cudi came out like very quickly, and he was like, "We already discussed this. I just wore a dress because it was a really cool dress. It was Vera Wang. Who wouldn't want to wear a Vera Wang dress?" And then he was like, "And that's it. That's it. Goodbye, everybody." And just went like, "I'm gonna go off and enjoy my life with money." And he just walked away again. And I was like, "That's how you should respond to it." But then there were other people that were like, kind of picking at it. Kevin Hart. I love Kevin Hart, and he was with the plastic cup boys or whatever, and they were talking about basketball, and they were just like dropping jokes about Cat, and it was just like, oh yeah, oh, there goes so and so who's showing up for the game. Cat dropped him off. He actually bought the Knicks. But I was like, damn, they were just digging in on him. They were like, yeah, he bought him. And he played a 17-year-old for it, and blah blah blah, and because he had him at 12 years old. And I was like, oh my God, like they were just digging into him. And I was like, all right, I mean, that's a way to do it too. That's a way to do it. You're a comedian, and you're just poking at your compatriot, so that's fine. But other people were like crying about it. Tavis Smiley or whoever that guy is. Um, he like, and I don't get why he did it. There's like a thing of him on a video, and he's like making his coffee, and I guess it was like his live, and then he just starts breaking down while making the coffee. And I'm like, who still said publish or send? Someone had to be there to be like, like they're recording it, like it's sitting there recording, and then after it's all done, because they were asking, they're like, "You okay, man?" He's like, "I'm okay." Like off camera, he's "I'm okay." Uh-huh. And I'm just like, who still said publish? Okay, and didn't say let's scrap this live, and just let's come back. I don't need to see you cry concerning this. It's like, well, have the conversation. Why do you need to publicly cry about it so we can all feel bad about you and then still talk more stuff because you didn't say anything? All you did was cry. So it's like, are you crying because you feel guilty? Yes, he's right about all these things, or what? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Social media is a thing that I don't like, but I love at the same time. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I mean, I'm sitting there looking or watching the shade room and everything else. Like I'm just like, ooh, what's happening today? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then after that, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Oh, the people that just pay attention to this stuff. Oh, what did you say about Monique? Okay, I'll click on that. Like I'll do that all the time. So I'm the person that hates me. So just because I hate people that do it, but I'm the person that does it. So that's just the way it is. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. SacrILlegious, like it's there. It's there. So it's like it's like we may have to explain to people. Oh, you get it, right? Like, because the spelling and Illuminati, and then wait for people. Oh, I get it. That's clever. We're like, yes, yes, you are. Oh shoot, man, dang, that's worse. Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, now the name sticks completely. It makes sense. You know, I'm a person from a third world country. I'm supposed to be at church. So yeah, yeah, yeah. This is fine. Okay, so am I right saying that? Did you get to see it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh, what? Oh, so, uh-huh. Oh yeah. Hmm. Yo, back to the movies. I got to see that again now, man. Oh man, cast. Yeah, yeah, the cast was ridiculous, man. So yeah, and Clarence, just I've been focused on that for so long. Like I remember when we just heard rumblings about the blackening, and then after that they were like, all right, well, here's all the other black films that are in the works. That's how they always do it. And so you see it, and it was like, oh, this is genius. And I remember a kind of a sketch that was just like it in is it the a black girl's sketch show that was on HBO with Shannon Thede and everyone, and it was hilarious. And then now you're seeing this whole entire film and everything like that. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Oh, I think we're having a little bit of an audio problem with the stream. Saying they're saying they can't hear. I believe they can't hear you.
Alright, am I coming through now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to just listen to it. Um, but
Yeah.
hey, let us know, guys. Are we coming through now? Is that, can you hear him? Can you hear me? Let us know what's happening. It's very important.
Yeah.
We appreciate your words and things you say. Let me see. I'm sorry, I could be messing everything up right now. Um,
It's
oh wait, yes, yes, yes.
alright, coming
You're
through.
good.
Cool,
You're
cool,
good.
cool.
You're good.
Alright.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Okay.
Book of Clarence is like right away, like that's the movie to check out. It comes out Friday. Stay tuned later today. You'll see. I'll post the Q&A with Jay-Z and James Samuel. Like,
Man, that's another thing. You were
yeah,
in the same room with Jay-Z,
I was in the same room
so
as
you don't have
Hove.
to. You don't have to worry about that whole hey 10,000 or lunch with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
You pretty much had your lunch with Jay-Z. So now someone can just give you that 10,000, and that's a good thing.
yeah.
I don't know who offers that, but
Dude, yeah. Hove walked. Hove was literally like 2 feet from Junior. Like, so it was
oh
me.
what?
Yeah, so it was me,
Ah,
someone else,
shout
and
out to Junior. That hashtag show. Shout out to
yeah.
you. Appreciate that. Oh man,
Like,
dude.
if we weren't running late for our next thing, that we probably would have stayed. Probably could have got like an autograph. Like, he was signing autographs. It was dope. Like,
I don't know, my
and
brother said he was there, and I was like, man, I bet he probably saw him. I haven't spoken to him yet.
mhm.
Apparently, it was a wild night, huh? I don't know what happened. So,
It
I
was cool.
mean,
It wasn't nothing too
everyone.
crazy. It wasn't too crazy, and like the celebrities don't seem as drunk as they do at the Golden Globes at the Estras. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like Golden Globes, you could tell they're tipsy. Astros,
Well,
they
well,
were they were very composed.
is it free? It's still like open bar and free
Hmm.
and so why aren't people as drunk? I don't know. Look, if it's free, I'm going for it, and I'm
I think
just
it's
like,
because it's like
but
movies and no TV, whereas Golden Globes is movies and TV, so they tend to like
uh, so
push it a
so
little
so
more.
TV so TV's trashy is what you're saying. I get it. It's fine.
TV's
It's fine.
fun. TV's fun. That's what
Oh, okay. All right.
it
All right. TV's fine. I apologize, everyone. Don't include me in a strike or something. I love you all
is.
for television. I can't exist without you.
Yeah.
So
But
I lost
speaking of
everything.
upcoming movies this year, Shalice did a video that is still
Ooh.
downloading, so I'm just gonna bring Shalice on because
A word.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't realize it would download so slow, but it's because we're streaming. I was like, so we're just gonna bring Shalice on, and she'll tell us, and then right after the stream, her video is gonna come on, or her video is gonna
Oh, okay.
debut on YouTube.
It will premiere.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. It will premiere on YouTube. That's fine.
So we're just gonna
That's
bring
great.
Shalice on. So I'm hoping she's paying attention because she's about to get just dropped in on this. Shalice.
Ah. Oh, there she is.
What's up?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I am doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing real good, doing real good. So your video's still
Very well.
downloading, and I can't play it. So it's still gonna be on YouTube after this, but yeah, we just figured we'll bring you on and bring up your top movies for 2024.
Okay, you guys
Okay.
aren't able to see me, huh?
Now we can see you.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah,
do? That's
yeah,
crazy because I
yeah.
can't see myself. That's insane.
Oh,
Okay. Well, all right. So, want to just run down the list, all right? Start from 10 to 1, or we're just gonna go with number one.
It's up to you. What do you feel like doing?
So I feel that I can just do the whole list,
All right.
but I'll emphasize some of them. So for me, number 10, it's not necessarily my generation, but Gladiator 2, I feel like is going to bring a lot of buzz. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be really excited to see it. We got Denzel, Pedro Pascal has joined the cast, so I think that's going to be solid. We also have Madam Web, which I'm aware that female-led comic book films don't really do that well, so
Oh,
I'm not
that's.
hey, hey, hey,
I have
hey,
nothing.
I'm just
yo,
saying.
come
The
I
on.
Marvels was underrated and underappreciated.
Thank
I
you, thank
know.
Like
you.
and Variety just
No,
kept hitting it. Like what was like what they have against the movie? Like
it's
Variety was just
dude, it's
mean to the
variety.
movie.
It's
Like
variety. I think they're mad at Disney and everything because they got called out for ruining and spoiling something, and they're
Right.
still just trying to get back at them. So that's all.
And on top of that, I feel like even Black Widow came out a little bit more so around the COVID time. So I feel like it could have performed a lot better if it had come out maybe like deeper away from that or before COVID.
Black
But
Widow,
then,
if it came out after Civil War, would have been
yeah,
like
yeah.
Winter Soldier level
Yeah, I don't know
success.
why they would put that out after her past, like
Yeah.
dying. That's kind of crazy. Number 8, we have Craven the Hunter, which I am also aware that people mixed reviews, right, with the trailer. Some people thought it was too violent. Some people were just not feeling it. I actually personally really like what's this guy's name? Taylor Johnson, right? Aaron Taylor Johnson. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that
Taylor
he got
Johnson.
yeah, he got robbed when they killed him off in Avengers. So I think it's good timing to bring him back and put him into a role that he can really thrive in and possibly have like other additional movies that he's seen in. So I think he was a really good Craven casting. Next will be number 7 would be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I don't have a real reason why that's on there. I don't think Planet of the Apes can fail. I just don't. I've not seen a bad Planet of the Apes movie. I'm invested no matter what the plot is, no matter who's in it. It's always really, really solid every time I go see these movies. So that's why that's on the list. Number 6 is going to be Venom 3. Again, another one with mixed reviews, and people either hate it or love it. But I think Tom Hardy is great. I think that if it wasn't for him being cast as Venom, that I don't really know that there would have been the success that it's had, which is still, even that's kind of mixed. But I'm actually really curious to see what they're going to do with it this time around. Number 5, which okay, now we're getting into the movies that I can explain why I really like them, not just making excuses for them. Right. Ballerina.
I forgot about that.
Ballerina. I love men, but that's my girl crush. Like she's a badass. She's great. She's gorgeous. I think she did really good in 007. And I just love her so much. Like I think she's gonna do really good. I love that they're gonna still have Keanu in it, so it's not like they just threw to someone else and was like, hey, take it and go with it. But I love that they brought him back, because I don't think people are really ready to let go of him. And after that, we have 4, Beyond the Spider-Verse, right? Like, who doesn't love the Spider-Verse films? So they're awesome. The score is great. The plot is great. They left us on a cliffhanger. I don't know why they decided to do that, but I do love that we didn't have to wait like 4 or 5 years to close it out. You know, like Euphoria is waiting like 10 years for the next segment on that. So I do love that they only waited a year in between the Spider-Verses. Number 3, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this right, but it's Joker. Is it Folie à Deux or Folie? Folie à Deux. Is that how you say that? The Joker sequel.
Folie à Deux.
I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, you got it.
I took French in high school. That sounds right.
I'm Haitian, so you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
I try not to butcher it. I'm super excited for that one, just because, well, for one, obviously Joaquin did amazing, and I figured out that if you want to win an Oscar, you need to play the Joker. I feel like that we're 2 for 2 on that, right? We got Heath Ledger, Oscar. Joaquin,
I mean, yeah,
Oscar. So
yeah.
I think that might be the thing to do.
Poor Jack Nicholson.
And number 2 now for. Did he win an Oscar for Joker?
Not for Joker.
Nope.
Did he?
Not back then. Like back then.
No. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Nope.
I was like, wait.
That's why I said poor Jack Nicholson. You know, he's sitting there like,
oh,
hey,
poor.
what about
They
me?
said poor Jack Nicholson.
No.
Got it.
No.
Got it.
What's his?
Now these next
30 Seconds to
2.
Mars didn't win for a Joker either.
Oh, that's right, Jared Leto.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was too busy running his cult. He's fine.
That's true. Running his band. Okay, so my top 2 were kind of like they're very interchangeable. Number 2, I did put Dune Part 2 as number 2, which I could see it being a solid contender for number 1. Huge Timothée Chalamet fan here. I love his chemistry with Zendaya. The cast is again stacked: Austin Butler, Christopher Walken, Josh Brolin. Who else? Florence Pugh. I think it's the cast alone is worth us just running to the theaters and going to see it. But I'm glad we're finally going to be able to see Zendaya do some stuff, because they put her and Timothy on a whole press tour. And Zendaya was like in 24 seconds of the movie in a repeat cycle, just breathing with sand.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, okay, I appreciate y'all setting up the next film, but y'all didn't have to put sis on a whole press tour when she was only in the movie for 14 seconds. So I do like that they're actually that they've set up the story properly. And of course, number 1, Deadpool 3, bringing back Wolverine. Bringing back Wolverine. I am from the generation that was heavy on Twitter whenever Ryan Reynolds was fan casted, and they loved him as Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and they fan casted him. It was probably one of the first fan castings I actually remember that they brought to fruition. He did the whole featurette, right? Like he did the whole "This is me" being as a joke. And then he landed the role and killed it. So I think, years and years later to see this actually come to fruition, and then bring back Wolverine, I think is a solid thing that I feel like our generation needed, and it's for the culture. So
yes,
Deadpool 3, number 1, super geeked. Want to go to that premiere so bad. It's just like a full circle moment for me. I was on Twitter when that happened, and I'm geeked to see this all come full circle.
I'm in. I'm in.
Solid list.
Y'all
But,
agree with the list?
like
Oh, yo,
ballerina. What's it called? Like I love female action movies. Like so this is like my thing with like, especially like video games and stuff like that. Like I always pick the girl characters. I rather look at a girl than a dude. Like,
No, for real.
like
For
it's
real.
just I don't understand like why people get mad at that. So it's like it's like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
I-
like you love Tomb Raider. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, we did love Tomb Raider. That was a really good
Yeah.
adaptation. She did fire in that for sure.
oh yeah. I mean, just even when people choose the game, it was like people were like, oh, wait, a female protagonist. All right, sure, I'll play, and it was good. I mean, freak. You have Troy going way back that had a female protagonist, and didn't even know until later, and then people were like, oh, it was so great. It was so great. So that whole thing of female led, blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm like, yo, I love the Colombiana. Like, that
Yes.
was a great one
Yes.
for me. I also loved what's
Salt.
her name, Gina Carano. Oh, Salt was good. Salt was good.
Salt was real
Oh my
good.
god,
Salt
Salt was
real
good.
What was the other one? Eon. There was Eon Flux.
I fell asleep during that one.
I wasn't crazy. Yeah.
What was the
Sarah-
What was the Scarlett Johansson one?
She had
The
her
Ghost in
limitless
the Shell?
one. What was her limitless one?
It was
Oh,
like that.
shoot.
Lucy.
Lucy, yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yo, but I loved Haywire, like Gina Carano. It was a what's it call it film. The guy who did
The
Oceans and all that
Soderbergh.
stuff.
God, I love Ocean's
Yeah,
11.
Soderbergh. And it was a great movie. They knew what to do because it was like, all right, look, you're known for action. We don't think you're really gonna speak too much. This is gonna be your John Wick. This is gonna be your Neo moment. Where a lot of action will still get the story across. Everyone else will speak and fill it in. You just show up and beat the crap out of Channing Tatum, and it was good. It was.
We're still
good.
robbed of
I
that
love
Gambit movie. I still feel like we robbed of Gambit.
Woo!
Since we brought up Channing Tatum.
I think we might.
That
get
is
it.
true. I think we. You know what? Who knows what may happen in Deadpool 3?
Yeah.
That is true.
I think we
He
might
may
get
just
it.
show
I
up.
think we might get
He
it.
may be like, "Hey, what happened, Mon Ami?" And you're like, "Oh, that was
Yeah.
horrible." But you're like, "It was good for this movie." So
I did have 3 honorable mentions. They're not anything super crazy, but it was Bad Boys 4,
I don't know.
right?
Okay.
Because
okay.
you can't go wrong with that. Sonic 3, which I don't know if Jim Carrey was coming back. I heard rumors that he kind of was thinking about retiring, unless the script was good. And what was the other one? Beetlejuice 2, which
Ooh.
everyone's gonna love that. I'm not. It wasn't. I didn't grow up on that. That wasn't my thing.
So yes, for Will Smith, in action, being back on screen, slapping someone and not getting in trouble for it. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting there.
That's still a crazy moment. Very
Man.
crazy moment.
I still was like, that wasn't real, right? Like that wasn't real.
It gave
For
me
so
celebrity
long.
deathmatch vibes.
Oh,
Like, let's just put them in a ring. Put them in a
so
ring. Let them
true,
duke it out.
so true. And Chris was just like, I can't believe it. And I'm like, yeah, you could. I saw it. I mean, you believed it. What else did you say? You said so Bad Boys
Sonic 3.
Sonic
Beetlejuice.
3, I'm definitely interested in. I don't know though because I mean, Jim Carrey. Who knows? I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's Sunday. He's not watching it because he's very religious now. So I can say anything. He doesn't know. But I would definitely love to see it, dude.
Yeah.
More of Robotnik. Oh,
This was gonna be on
It was
Shadow.
solid.
Though.
It was very, very good. Yeah.
Sonic-
oh yeah,
Very
it's gonna be Shadow, but
Yeah,
we'll get to
and then
go
Knuckles
into
is probably
that
gonna be
world.
a bigger role too.
Oh yes, he has to.
And
Yeah,
Knuckles got a
Idris
show
Elba
coming
did
too.
so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a big team up.
Go
versus
Idris
him,
Elba. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anything with Idris, I'm good.
So yep, those are my most anticipated.
Oh, man.
Like,
Those are great.
I feel like I missed something, but I can't think about what it was.
Book of Clarence.
I can't think of what I mean.
Book of Clarence.
Book of Clarence.
Which one?
Book of Clarence. With Lakeith Stanfield.
What's that?
Oh, you
Oh
gotta,
man,
you
so
gotta, you gotta
it's
look it
pretty
up.
much.
About it.
It's like a black Monty Python.
Yeah.
Book
But-
of Life. Right? No, Life of.
It's definitely Ten
I was gonna
Commandments.
say it
Brian.
was,
It's like Life of Brian.
Eli.
No, it's like Life of Brian.
Yeah, like Brian,
From,
Ten
Monty
Commandments.
Python.
There's a there's
It's a story
the
that
Monty
runs
Python
parallel
vibe
with
to it too.
Jesus
There's like it's hilarious, but it's also like really like it gets Passion of the Christ level like dramatic.
Oh,
Like
whoa.
it hits the full gamut of like,
Okay.
you know.
Oh,
I mean,
geez.
there's a dance sequence and it still comes off as serious.
I
Like,
thought it was like I thought you were gonna say it was a sequel to Book of Eli.
no.
I
Oh,
thought
no,
that's where
no.
y'all were going with that.
Oh,
That was
no.
kind of cool. That'd been kind of cool.
Yeah, this is
Man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, look
yeah.
at that.
Book of Clarence, look it
And
up.
on top of that, these movies are kicking off like they're soon. Like Dune is in 2 months.
Yeah, dude.
Like I don't
Oh,
know how that
yeah.
wasn't a blockbuster movie. But yeah, I mean, sorry, blockbuster. Sorry, that wasn't a summer movie, but that's in 2 months. That's March 1st. Madam Web is next month. It's Valentine's Day. They're kicking stuff
Ooh.
off early,
Yeah. Well, what's it called?
very
The
early. I
last
think the separation and the spread.
last Deadpool movie was Valentine's Day, and they had all those Valentine's like rom-com
remember.
billboards. Remember those?
Yeah.
Like I thought
yeah.
that was good. Like
Yeah,
if it's a good movie,
That
good
was
marketing.
I don't really think
Really
it
good
matters
marketing.
when it comes out. Like if they know they got a hit, they're just gonna put it where
Yeah.
it could be the start of the season too. Because like Dune is March. I mean, everything kind of starts earlier and earlier every year. Like Christmas decorations go up in September now, so it's like
Mm.
everybody's
That
putting
is-
stuff up. Like the summer movies start coming out in April instead of May. Like it used to be Memorial Day weekend, and they started doing an Easter weekend, and then so March, like the natural progression for that.
You know what's so ironic is that I'm looking at the dates of the movies that I said, and there's literally a movie in every month. Like
Nice.
February, Madam Web, March, Dune. Oh, I lie. There's nothing for April. I don't have anything for April.
There's something. There's
Yeah.
something I forgot. There's something because it's like right around my birthday.
Oh.
I forgot what it was.
Shoot.
But yeah, there's
May,
something in
May
April's coming out.
Land of the Apes in May, Ballerina June, July we got Deadpool. Venom is Craven is August. September is I saw something in September. Okay, September is Beetlejuice 2. October is Joker. November we have Venom and Gladiator, and then December is Sonic 3. So I don't. Yeah, what is coming out in April? That I
I don't know
missed.
about. There's something in April, but there's also like Kung Fu Panda 4, the new
That might be something,
Despicable
yeah.
Me 4.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and then we still have CinemaCon coming in April, so there's even more stuff.
Oh, there's so much.
And so it's also there might not be too much too, just because of the strike. So it's like this is I feel like 2025 is gonna be explosive in terms of like we're gonna have like 2 movies a month. Like not.
Yeah.
I feel like there'll be a lot of like mid-hit movies just because there's gonna be so much that they're gonna be fighting with each other the whole time.
You know what's funny is that you mentioned CinemaCon, and I was almost going, and I was like in the airport, and I just was not feeling that not going on at that time. I didn't go, and then I come to find out that as far as stuff that was talked about, the only thing that I really heard that was talked about was Olivia Wilde getting served on stage. The only thing that I heard come out of CinemaCon. That was who it was, right? Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Godzilla's coming out in April.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's her, right? Yeah, that was the only thing
Kong.
I heard.
Godzilla Kong. Yeah.
There you go.
That was a list. That should have been in my honorable mention. Yeah.
Shout out to my partner.
Oh yeah. There's something every more to.
Oh yeah, I should.
Some things.
That's my fault. We should be including the chat. And yeah, Dan, you keep track of that.
I'm watching it.
All right, so what's it called? We talked about this. Let's talk a little bit about last year awards movies. Let's do like best film, best comedy, actors, actresses, yeah, and then song. All right, we'll start with song.
My favorite movie.
Yeah.
Song. Okay.
We'll start with song. We'll like ramp up. Like so, yeah. Favorite song. There's like "I'm Just Ken." There's the Peaches. This Wish. There's a lot of songs. Like personally, I'm torn between "I'm Just Ken" and Peaches. Just like they're both songs that are like incredibly talented people made like the funniest things they could do and like still like not hold back an ounce of like musical artistry, and it's Yeah, you see the video for Peaches, Jack Black dressed up as Bowser dowsing around, like full commitment to it all. It's great. And then, I mean,
I loved Ken. However, I just got the Pete Davidson SNL skit one stuck in my head, and like that kind of just overpowered it for me. So like that's all I kind of like think of now when I hear it. But yeah, I would say the Ken song for sure. I can't think of what was earlier on in the year, but yeah, that's gonna have to be there for me for sure. Mm-hmm.
Ken.
What is
Ken
the song even called?
good.
I'm Just Ken. Is
I'm
that
Just
what it's
Ken.
called? I'm Just Ken.
I think it's I think it's I'm Just Ken. But see, the problem is the song that stood out for me in Barbie wasn't one from like the character. It wasn't that. It was that Billie Eilish song, man. Like that song was really good, really, really, really good. When you actually pay attention to the lyrics.
Or Lizzo. Lizzo.
Oh, Lizzo was actually because that actually was within the film, and it was like it was cognizant of what was happening during that time. Ooh, that milk is spoiled. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So maybe the Lizzo song for me. I didn't want to pick what everyone else picks, but yes, there you go. So the Lizzo song. Thank you very much.
So, think we're gonna see Lizzo on stage for the Oscars?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of
controversy, right? She out here bananas. Yeah, she might bring out a banana suit. Like I don't know. She on some other stuff. She might.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe.
I forgot about the bananas.
Yeah. Wait, but the Will Smith slap happened last year, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Last year? Okay. So they're gonna be walking the real thin line this year they're not probably gonna want to risk any negative things happening. So I don't know if they would put Lizzo up there.
They probably won't even nominate her. So, just even no.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not. I mean, well, shoot. Color Purple was a musical, right?
Yeah.
I don't consider that.
I don't know if any of those are original songs. I mean, I don't know.
I'm like the songs were from the play or the stage play or
something. Just because they're not I don't know. I don't feel like they're gonna get nominated.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the film's nominated for sure, but I don't think the songs are gonna get like.
Yeah.
You got like.
So then, Peaches it is.
Peaches.
Okay.
Pikachu Master 542 says it's Peaches. Peaches all the way through. I agree with
Kimmy said this.
So
the Color Purple is gonna dominate at the awards.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the sound of it. I do. But we'll see. I mean, right now there's still issues with Oprah paying people. So I don't know.
That is such a crazy topic because woman is rich, and super rich. Like you're giving out cars, but you can't give out salaries to people that are.
But you have to remember, she's not going to give her own money. It's what the studio is providing her to be able to okay on and provide for the line producer to say yes, sign that check. So
that's a story that I don't think that I would have thought that they would have ever touched. So because they touched it and did really well, I would have thought there would have been something that was like you're able to compensate them for how they performed and whatnot, because that again, that is something I didn't think anyone was even going to go anywhere near, and the fact that they were able to do it justice, there should have been some kind of she should make that right. She should have fought for them for it to be made right. It's not even if it doesn't have to come out of her own pockets. She should have been like, hey, I joined forces with I stand with the cast and we're gonna make this right. And I think she's been radio silent.
Well, I mean, this is the same woman who showed up and said, "Can you guys donate to Hawaii?" And it was like, "Well, how much did you donate?" And she was like, "Can you guys donate to Hawaii?" So I mean, it was
we're not talking about me now.
Know. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we need Iyanla to show up and fix her life. I don't know. But something needs to happen because it's not working out the way it should.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially because that movie's like female empowerment and togetherness and et cetera, and here you are not saying okay to signing off on a check.
The richest woman in the world too. Like,
ooh,
that's what's like. All right, what's going on here, Oprah? Like,
jeez, yeah. Oh, jeez.
What's after song?
All right, let's go.
Ooh,
best actor.
how? Minute. right. How did I forget my boy?
Oh.
Wonka.
Oh,
Really?
Timothy was in there singing. He was doing his thing. That's it for me.
There were some good songs in Wonka, like
God, I love his portrayal.
what was the longest song? Push Push, or was it?
Yes, yes. I know what you're talking about.
It's not Push Push.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like
It's not. It's Is it Sweep Sweep?
Sweeps.
Dust.
Something like but there were some bangers in Wonka like that. Yeah, it was super catchy too.
It was very catchy, and he can I went to go see it with a friend. I went to go see it with my friend James, and we were like, "Is he gonna sing?" And he was like, "Is he gonna sing?" And he's asking me because I'm supposed to know because I love Timothy, and I was like, I don't think so. I sure hope not. He's not a singer. He ain't Tom Holland. Like, I know they compare him, but Tom does Broadway. I don't think he's gonna sing. And then the first opening line, singing. I was like,
I mean, hey, this is Timothy Chalamet. This guy, anytime he's on SNL now, it's like, what song is he singing? Everyone wants something, you know. So he's multifaceted, very funny. So just being able to do anything, he's a performer.
Yeah.
And so I'm not shocked that he did sing. So that may be something to consider.
That goes for me not watching. I'm doing this whole thing where I don't really watch too many trailers for a movie. Like, I'll watch the first one just to get a sense of where they're going, and I stop watching trailers. So if he did sing or gave any hints of him singing in any of the trailers, I love that I didn't know that because I walked in not knowing he was going to sing. So it gave a little bit more of an element of surprise. So that I'm big on not letting trailers ruin films for me.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Mm-hmm. I like that. I can't do that, but I do like. That's why I kind of like film festivals now, just because I can watch something, and like not have any idea about it. Danny says the stream is laggy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're telling us it's kind of laggy. Also, Kimmy did say when it comes to songs, West Side Story had a song in the Oscars, and there were songs that were like performed and happening right there on screen, and then others that seemed more like they were just kind of hidden off in the score, and they had some that were considered. So
video lag.
Who knows?
Video's fine. I closed out a bunch of stuff. Hopefully that clears up the lag a bit.
We got it, guys.
The audio's good at least, so we could put this on the podcast.
Oh,
Join our podcast, SacrILLegious Podcast.
There you go, guys. Make sure look for it. It's coming out.
Best actor.
Love that.
Ooh.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy for
Damn.
Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer was solid choice. Solid.
Okay. I can't disagree with that at all. Honestly, fuck that. Excuse my language, but yeah. His performance in Oppenheimer was like, oh, bravo. Okay. Nolan doesn't mess around, and he likes to make sure he gets out the best product, and he pushes his actors for the best product without being like Hitchcock or something about it. So it's good stuff, and I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
There's who I want to win. I want Jeffrey Wright to win.
I have not seen that movie.
American Fiction is.
Not seen that.
American Fiction is my favorite movie of the year. Like
that came from the depths of my soul.
Yeah.
Have you not seen that?
I know. Look, I was very busy from December 18th all the way until January 4th. So it was
what's crazy that I actually got him.
And
then, Iron Claws, Zac Efron for Iron Claws, good one.
You know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a great story, and it was, based on reality, etc., etc. I don't think it's a film that should be in contention for Oscar stuff. It was when you really think about it, it was a well put together film. It was good. I don't know if it was. Oh shoot!
Oscar
let's put that up against Jeffrey Wright. Or let's put this up against Oppenheimer. I don't feel that way about it. I just don't. And I'm a big, huge wrestling fan. But when it comes to anything concerning something that I like in history, within it, it's everything I love. But it's just, it was a good film.
It was good.
He was like, bravo. I think Downey's a solid contender for supporting actor.
Yeah, Downey's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Finally, let's give him his damn Oscar already, right?
Yeah.
No.
I thought he got one for like Chaplin or something.
No, he got
oh man.
No, he got nominated. No, he nominated for best actor, and Heath Ledger won. Obviously, they nominated him for Tropic Thunder, and
Yeah.
If you would have won for that, if you would have won for that,
that'd have been crazy. I wanted that so bad.
Okay, he deserved it. It
so
was
bad.
good.
That made me think he was black. There's people that just don't know that
I'm telling you, he was a dude playing nothing. It was great. It was great. His performance was top notch. He was so many people in one film, and it was just one character playing so many people. It was fantastic.
We got.
Tom
5
Cruise.
minutes
I was
left on
shocked
this
he was in it.
segment. We gotta push a little.
Oh yeah, let's move.
All right.
And
so
we covered that.
Hold on, for best, I think Cooper's gonna take it for Maestro though.
Really?
Yeah, that performance was great. I fucking can't watch that movie just because the editing is.
Really?
I hate the editing so much. I hate the editing.
Oh really?
Like the performances are so good. The story is very interesting. The editing just bothers the hell out of me. It's just not for me. Like, I'm so upset that because like I see like the performances and it's like, oh man, but like I can't get into a rhythm with it. I can't like sit with it and enjoy it. It's just like every time the editing there is just like it's like worse than social media jump cuts. Like
in the chat, Danny says Charles Melton for May-December. Actually, a very good chance to win. That's from Danny himself. So I mean, you know what? That's interesting. I couldn't watch that movie. It's just a lot.
Right,
it's just a lot. I'm sorry.
Let's use that to go because like Nicole Kidman's getting buzz for it, and then like best actress.
Oh, okay.
And they're not gonna go. I feel like they're gonna. Margot would be nominated, but I don't think it was enough to give her the Oscar.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh, chick from Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot that movie exists.
I haven't seen it, so I haven't. I don't
you haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon? Well, you take 45 hours of your weekend and you put that aside to watch the movie, okay? And make sure you get all the bathroom breaks in.
Oh,
it's streaming on the 12th. I'll watch it when it streams, but yeah.
Lily Gladstone. There you go. That's her name, Lily Gladstone. I think she should get the best actress, and if she don't get it, she's snubbed because I can't think of anyone else. They're probably gonna throw Color Purple characters or actresses in there, but I really think Lily Gladstone. She made that movie. Next to be up with Leo and De Niro and still hold your own. I think she got it. I think so. My contender is Lily Gladstone.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. I mean, I didn't think about it. Now that you said it, every time you bring up something, it's like, well, let's change my opinion. That's exactly what I'm doing for.
Her and Margot tied at the Astros for best actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
I mean,
definitely, there's a lot. So Lily Gladstone's definitely going to be in the contention. And we'll fight, and then Golden Globes tomorrow, so we'll see even more like where people are leading.
Oh yeah.
Golden Globes are on a Monday this year. Are they always on a Monday?
Or tonight.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching football, so I don't know.
yeah.
Playoffs, I don't know.
All right. For best film, let's do like comedy, animation, and then like just best movie. So comedy, there's Joyride. There was No Hard Feelings.
Air, man. I loved Air so much. Is that considered a comedy?
I would say it's more drama. Like there's had some funny moments, but I wouldn't put that as a comedy.
Okay. Joyride was hilarious. I saw that at South by Southwest. That was hilarious.
Very funny.
Yeah, Joyride is my comedy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, shit. Um, would Barbie be nominated?
I mean, for
For
best
comedy?
movie, you could do whatever, but comedy, like I'd say Barbie's a comedy.
Okay, I mean, if so, I'm like, just me. The net laughs versus what they attempted to get to, they did pretty well. The
Mm.
ratio was pretty golden. So I would definitely say yeah, because it was
Bottoms.
sure. Hmm.
What happened?
Danny said bottoms.
Bottoms. That was also South by
Oh,
Southwest. Yeah, they premiered a lot of good
oh,
films at South by
I
for sure.
forgot.
Hmm.
Oh man. Uh, I
Oh
really
darn.
should have like took the time. Yeah, I should have taken the time to really, really break it down. But damn,
Hmm.
oh, Bottoms was smart too. Well, all right, thanks, Danny, because now you've just changed my vote. So I agree with Danny. I agree with everyone besides my own choices. So that's good.
All right, so we
That's a
got
good one.
Bottoms and Joyride up there. All right,
All
all right.
right.
So best animated feature.
Across the Spider Verse, hands down.
That's it.
Ninja
I was gonna
Nothing
say
Turtles.
touching that.
Ninja Turtles.
that. Oh,
It's a
wait.
full movie. That's the only reason I'm giving it to Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay. All right.
You writing these?
Okay.
Are you writing these down? Because I want to see what happens when the Oscars come out. I'm actually
I'll,
curious.
I'll
to
take
see
them down.
who's wrong
We'll put an article. We'll come back to it
Love
after
it.
the Oscars, and we'll see
Yeah.
who's right or wrong. But
Love
Ninja
it.
Turtles, because it's a full movie, and it had like Ninja Turtles is kind of like this year's Puss in Boots. It like
Who's in Boots?
like you think it's like you watch it like yeah it's gonna be good, it's gonna be fun. It had no reason, it had no right to be as good as it was. Like
Yeah.
to hit the Spider-Verse level of like impact was not something anyone expected from the Ninja Turtles, and
Yeah.
that
Actually, yeah. That's
and
very true.
like you know the reason I'm not giving it to something like Wish or Elemental's also really good. It's just that like
Oh, yeah.
because it also pushed the animation genre. Like that's why I give it between TMNT and Spider Verse because they push the medium of animation, whereas Disney also did, but it's in a you have to understand animation as the like you know all the different like it's like kind of the I don't want to say pretentious, but like kind of like the master class of it versus someone who's just like whereas like Spider Verse and TMNT is like Questlove or Jack Black making you know a song with a little toy. Like you could see, like the genius right away. Like you don't, you know, you understand. It's like it doesn't like they can make whatever they want happen. Whereas like the Disney stuff is like it is next level, but it's like a scholarly level that's like, okay, can you just say like, cool? Like no, it's like all right, it's this like super masterclass that like most people don't appreciate just because they don't understand the medium like that.
Yeah. So we have that's for animated.
Yeah.
So we did comedy, animated,
And best
and then
picture.
drama. Best picture.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna either go to Killers of the Flower Moon or Oppenheimer,
Yep.
and it should go to Oppenheimer.
Yes. I'd
It
rather
should go
say
to
Oppenheimer
Oppenheimer.
more than Killers of a. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Honestly,
Killers of the
I
Flower
mean-
Moon was more for me was more of a story. It wasn't really like it's not touching Oppenheimer. I don't think it's touching Oppenheimer. Why they didn't get visual effects for Oppenheimer? Why they didn't even get nominated or make the short list is crazy to me. But I guess
because that's all practical too. So yeah, for it to not
Yeah,
get
I don't-
visual, it's. But also, I would kind of say creator for visuals.
the creator,
The
yup.
creators
Oh.
like, could, like if you look at the budget, the equipment they work with, it's like it really is it's the you know who's using the tools, not the tools themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That's why
That's
for visual
cool.
I'd give it to creator. Like although Oppenheimer for being all practical is again it's like just another level of like masterpiece of that. Like I wanted to not like that movie so much, but I love that movie. I'm seeing
Oppenheimer. Yeah.
on Wednesday. I'm gonna see it live with a live orchestra
Wait,
Oh,
why did you
what?
want to not like it?
because no color people talking it. Like fuck that. Like dude, it's like you got no color people saying a line.
No.
Like
No people of color. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come
yeah.
on.
But
like the
once
Manhattan
again-
Project was like the only place for a lot of like colored academics to get like an opportunity and like you know like I mean it's not his job to like focus on that and like yeah when you look at the names in the history book when you look at it it's like all right yeah It's all white people. It's not like he did a disservice. It's just I really want to not like it because of that.
Well,
like,
that's the thing.
Kind of does gloss over.
I think he tried to make sure that it was like, yo, I got to keep this cast very small because if I start to expand, then I do have to address all the people of color, and I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, I know he wasn't. He was just like, I'm just trying to get a movie. I'm just trying to get this movie out, and I want to tell a story, and I have to have big names and big performances. And then because of that, he was like, I forgot about all the other portions, but this is how we'll do it. And I like Nolan, but that is there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's still the problem.
It's not, but at the same time, though, it's like I get it, and like the biggest opportunity to show it, like we're like Japanese people. I don't think you wanted to show them for this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I was in there. I was in there, kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I get it, and but it's the fact is there's no lines for people of color, and I wanted to not like it. I really want, but fuck, I love that movie. It's so good.
It's good.
And those 3 hours fly like.
Do they though?
Yeah.
For me,
so I went to go see it. I was in Comic-Con. You were there in Comic-Con, and I specifically. We drove to a theater that allegedly had the 70 millimeter. That was not 70 millimeter, but the AC was broken. So I was real life sweating as this whole bomb is being made.
Yeah, if you're not.
So like it was hot in there, and it was just so it was one of those immersive experiences for me. So I had to leave to go get water a couple times because it was hot. But yeah, I had time to go get water and come back, and very much the same scene was still going on. So it was long.
I think
it wasn't like.
I think what like one you
it wasn't Killers of the Flower Moon slow, but
it's like you have like Comic-Con going in your background, so you know how much you're missing out by going to see this movie. So that's that, and it's uncomfortable. I don't think anything's gonna fly with that. They did a Talk to Me during Comic-Con, and I was just like, yo, that's 4 hours of my day gone. I can't do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
You're like, please don't talk to me.
Yeah. I did enjoy Talk to Me. I did.
Alright. And so we got Oppenheimer. I'm saying Barbie.
You think Barbie's gonna take it over Oppenheimer?
I think Barbie's gonna take it.
Wow. I mean, hey, Kev.
No, because the reason why I think if they gave it to Barbie, it's gonna be all the marketing.
Yeah, it's
going to be the marketing that they did behind it.
But it has, equally artistic value and mass appeal. Like that's what I think is going to take. Like it's like a proof of concept that they're both kind of proof of concept for summer blockbusters that can be award winners, but like Barbie is like the that super obvious like, this is a commercial ass movie. It's a toy movie. And it also moved the world,
Yeah.
So that's why I think.
Yeah, their marketing strategy
even more than any Marvel movie has ever done, like in terms of like the artistry side of cinema is like, it's getting all the respect in that. Whereas like none of the Marvel movies got that respect.
For sure.
Okay.
And also, that's why I think Barbie's gonna take it. But I'm not going to be surprised if and when Oppenheimer wins. But
yeah.
I mean,
that's what I was
between those three and then Killers of the Flower Moon, I feel like they're going to put those up there. I just don't think Killers of the Flower Moon should win over Oppenheimer. I don't.
Scorsese just wanting to do long movies now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like intentional now.
Yeah, it is. It is. He was like, "Hey, you guys see what I did on Netflix? Watch this." I was like, "No, stop."
Yeah. What was it? An Irishman, right? The
Irishman. Bathroom.
4-hour Irishman movie.
Oh God.
And The Departed is my favorite movie of all time. So like I'm really unbiased with him. I love The Departed. That is favorite movie of all time. But I just think and see, that was a long movie too. But I mean, it was like full of stuff. Like it.
Man, that movie was great.
It was full. Beginning to end. Killers of the Flower Moon has some chunks, at least a good 35, 40 minutes that could have been taken out and nothing would have changed. Yeah. So yeah.
I'll have more to say when I see it next weekend. But yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shalise, we'll have you back in a bit. We're gonna switch over to gaming right now, and then we'll bring you back for TV and like what else. All right, see you in a bit.
Oh, sounds good, bye guys.
All right, so we're gonna bring in Danny and talk about best games of last year.
Oh, here it goes.
Right.
Danny always has Danny has some words for everything, and I am so ready to hear what these words are. Really, no joke.
Zac Efron does not need a Best Actor win, but I would love to get a nomination for him.
I agree. Because also the physical transformation, like it's
I need him to be nominated just to get his flowers, and that's it.
Physical transformation. I mean, I know something that they joked about recently on wrestling is that no one watched Baywatch, but he was freaking huge for Baywatch.
Yeah, but he wasn't Iron Claw huge.
He was Iron Claw.
Iron Claw huge is different.
You need to go back and look at it. You have to go back and look at it. Well, I mean, actually, no, you're right. He bulked for that versus
for sure.
Yeah, versus
he has
Baywatch.
He has
he
like
was
a
more
bone
like
structure in his cheek, like.
Well, come on, that's because of
that's like the whole jaw thing
and everything.
Yeah,
he had the accident and blah blah.
Oh, but yeah, like if Christian Bale can get nominated for like his Dick Cheney movie, which like is a good performance, but it's like mostly transformation stuff.
Oh, that's true.
Why can't Zac Efron get it?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think that's also because you have to kind of consider Cheney is such a popular polarizing figure where his mannerisms and everything else. Most people don't know about the Von Erichs in that way. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I saw him on AEW, but I saw him when he's old. I don't know how he was when he was young. So,
no, I watched the movie last night, so like I'm riding the high of it right now.
Oh man, I saw it in the theater and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But I did walk away saying, I don't know if this is an Oscar.
Yeah, I don't think he will get nominated. I would just love to see him get nominated for it.
What'd y'all think of the Ric Flair guy?
MJF?
No, MJF wasn't Ric Flair.
Oh no, what was MJF?
I have like no ties to wrestling. I know who Ric Flair is, and I know of his mannerisms, and I feel like that one like promotional video that they showed him filming was.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty spot on, but I
didn't like it.
It was for that time. It was like but I've seen wrestlers do promos that are much better. Like I could have had Jay Lethal show up and do that woo off from like whatever, and that's like all over the internet. Whoa, my shoes! And he's throwing down his shoes, and I would have been like, oh my god, give that man an Oscar. That was beautiful. Like supporting actor. But it wasn't that special for the Ric Flair character, but it wasn't supposed to be. So,
all right,
true.
All right.
Anyways,
so, 2020 best games.
I'm not here for the movies.
Yes, yeah.
Next, we'll switch it. Whatever you want, we'll switch it around.
Yeah. But
let's
talk about some games.
To best games of 2023. I mean, first and foremost, Baldur's Gate 3. It's been kind of beaten to death at this point, but like legitimately the game is that good that like it deserves everything. Just RPG, turn-based RPG, and like getting people into turn-based RPGs the way it did, where like people who have never played any kind of similar games like that bought it and maybe didn't finish it, but I mean, it captivated everybody because you could literally do whatever you wanted to in that game, and it is just so crazy.
For turn-based RPG, like I think for me, like the best turn-based RPG is the South Park games, like
modern,
modern. How does it compare to that?
It's kind of a different turn. It's a different sense of turn-based, because you can like, I mean, it's literally just D&D. Like you can move, whereas like South Park games are more akin to like early Final Fantasy or like Pokemon kind of turn-based. This one you still have like your whole environment that you can interact with. So it's way more 3D, but still turn-based in a sense,
Oh no, so maybe I'm losing the concept on turn-based. I thought turn-based was just concerning the actions that you do. You could always move around, etc., but when it comes to an action that you're doing, it's
it's in
everyone has a
turns.
turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
like the South Park games, it's like stagnant. Like your character isn't really. You can't move your character around in combat. And like Pokemon, you can't move your Pokemon around. Like they just stand in one place, and then you take turns. Whereas
Okay.
this is like you can go all around the map. And it's like even outside of the combat, like just the way you can get through the game is insane. Like if you want to like stack boxes as high as possible and then shoot a teleporting arrow over an abyss, like the game allows you to do that. Like it rewards your creativity. And it's just it. And I would say Tears of the Kingdom, which is another top game of 2023, that those two are just so far ahead of everyone else because of like that rewarding creativity aspects of them.
So
I'm so scared to get Tears of the Kingdom because Breath of the Wild it's the only time I ever played a game and like completely lost control of everything. Like it was like I had something to do, but I was up early. It was like 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday. I was like, oh, I'll play a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like my roommate came home. It was 8 at night. I didn't I didn't eat. I didn't drink. I didn't use the bathroom. I was completely just engulfed in the game, and I was like, this is.
You will get lost in Tears of the Kingdom then.
Yeah,
if that is the case with Breath of the Wild.
It's like you hear those stories about people who like they neglect their kids while they're gaming. And I was like, I thought why? How do you do that? Like, nah, I get it. Like, there's some of those games that it's just like it's like a drug almost. Like Tears of the Kingdom. I'm legit scared to play it because like I know I'm gonna like it. I love Breath of the Wild and
Tears of the Kingdom I think is better in like it's. The way that they introduce like you can create whatever you want to in that game. Like I forget what they're called, but like the abilities are all new. Like there's none of like that stasis one or anything like that.
Zonite.
Yeah, and so like you can create like I've seen videos of people creating like a jet plane and like carpet bombing goblin camps in that. Like it's just like it's so insane. You can make like mechs. You can literally you can build anything. And then at the end of the day, you're still like in a Zelda game and doing Zelda things.
Well, see, now, I mean, everyone's loving Baldur's Gate. I haven't purchased it yet, but I'm definitely gonna have to. But Kimmy actually says that Baldur's Gate 3 is what you make it. But we can't forget the dating Sims community. That's what.
True.
That's what
yeah. I mean, literally. Yeah. Like the relationship aspect of Baldur's Gate. Like the Baldur's Gate 3 is as good as it is because of its side characters. How they're all written. You can explore each of their relationships as you want to. You can romance them if you want to. And they're all voice acted beautifully. And they're all compelling characters, every single one of them, and they all have their own story. It just deserves all the flowers it gets. Like it's just there's no other like I know a lot of people were mad that Spider-Man 2 didn't win Game of the Year, but like it was never in contention, man. It wasn't even close. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is like a generational game.
Wow!
I need to get on that.
I do.
Yeah.
So what else you got? What else is in your list? You mentioned Tears of the Kingdom, which Brett Collins actually says that's their game of the year. So
Brett is a good friend of mine. He's my go-to Zelda person. He loves those games, so he will always vote for Zelda over what actually should win.
Josh said Baldur's Gate 3 is having issues on Xbox because of all the horny NPCs.
Listen, I mean, it's a good avenue for it, I guess.
Oh, come on, guys! Why does this have to happen all the time?
But
I was not bad.
Other games, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is up there. I feel like the improvements to the gameplay that they made, like adding the wings, the wingsuits or whatever.
Oh, I loved it.
making so you could go so much faster across the city and just expanding the map to double the size of the original. Like all the gameplay stuff was awesome and it improved on it in every aspect. But I feel like the story wasn't as good. I mean, not saying it wasn't bad. Like I don't want to discredit them by any means, but like it was a very much a safe sequel outside of like the gameplay changes. I would have loved to see them take a little bit more risk. But again, I really love the game at the end of the day, and it's still awesome.
So I've got to ask, when you say take a little bit more risk, are you saying you wanted someone else to die, or what did you want?
It doesn't need to have like a death, but I don't know. I feel like Kraven was kind of, I don't want to say misused, but like for lack of a better term, I feel like he didn't really add anything into the story, and then Venom was just like overshadowed him. Like I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. I just think they handled Venom a lot better than they handled Kraven.
It gives me kind of the Dark Knight Rises. Like you have this badass that just gets undercut.
Yeah.
Like, it's too fast, and it's like you know this dude sitting there picking off all the people who like made your life hell in the first game, and then it's just like it's more so like Kraven is there so he can have an army, and that army is who you fight most of the game. Yeah.
And then like Kraven, like I mean spoilers if you haven't played Spider-Man 2, but like Kraven kills most of the Sinister Six while he's like hunting through New York, but like it's all off screen and is it never really brought up either. Like I think it's like it might be like a side mission that like reveals that more in depth, but like it's just
it is all off screen. The only time that you really get to interact with the Sinister Six more than anything is Sandman, just collecting his memories. Everybody else,
again, all of it's awesome. The side missions are so much better in the sequel. Like the Sandman stuff, the Mysterio stuff, all that stuff was so cool. I just wish the story was a bit more compelling. I feel like it was a generic kind of Harry's dying and the symbiote will save him, but then it, makes him a little angry and stuff like that. But like the stuff between like Peter and Miles when Peter has the symbiote is really good. Yeah. Really good. And like most of the Venom stuff is awesome. It's just the Kraven aspect of the story just feels so flat.
Falls flat.
Let's see. My personal favorite of the year is Final Fantasy 16. I feel like somehow this game flew under the radar because it didn't get like hardly any. It wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, and it like really didn't get all that much love. But again, kind of like overshadowed by Baldur's Gate just being like medieval fantasy kind of stuff. But I mean, Final Fantasy 16 is beautiful.
There you go. That's the thing. But besides it being beautiful, did it add anything? And were there any new mechanics there? Anything? Because that's the argument I've said about Spider-Man 2. Oh, it looks good. This and here's this portion, blah blah. But how many more mechanics could they have added to make it?
They completely like revamped the combat system for it.
Oh, really?
It's made by the guy who made Devil May Cry's combat system.
And
Devil May Cry, his combat is unmatched, and Final Fantasy 16 was also insanely cool. Clive, the protagonist, is probably my favorite Final Fantasy protagonist. I think he's so sick. I haven't played like all the Final Fantasy games, but like I played a good amount of them, and Clive is sick. And like the giant like kaiju-esque fights in that game are insane, and like playing through them, and it's just like all on, at least on PS5, it like runs smoothly. There's like no like performance issues at all, and like the stuff that you're seeing is just crazy. And like the whole story revolves around like Clive kind of learning who he is and stuff, without getting too much into like the spoiler territories. But it's like very Game of Thrones-esque storyline, and the boss fights are insane, and you get like more and more powers as you continue on through the game. And
So there's no incest though, right? I mean, like
not that I know of.
you said, Game of Thrones.
I've finished it. Zero incest to my
Good. Okay.
experience.
Okay,
Maybe
good.
I missed something. I don't know.
No. Don't say that. That's fine.
Don't
That's
look for
fine.
it.
No.
Don't look for it.
No. Yeah, I don't start going
None
through
of-
the game. Who's doing that?
But it has a really, I think, like probably one of my favorite things about it is that because it's a new setting, you know, like this medieval fantasy and like all these new characters and all these houses. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, where you forget who these characters are while you're playing this like 40-hour campaign or whatever. But anytime in the game's cutscenes, you can press this pause menu and it like opens up a lore page, and it will tell you who everyone is that's in that cutscene, what their house is, what location you guys are in, how they're all connected. Like it's cool. Like it's one of the coolest features I've seen in a video game. And
It's
I hope
like
it
Amazon Prime X-Ray.
yeah, pretty much. And it's like I need like every huge RPG to have this in going forward, because it's a necessity. Like if I had that while playing like The Witcher 3, oh my god, I would be easily like, even if you don't remember who it is, you literally just press a button and it explains everything that you know up until that point. So like,
all right, you sold it.
it's
no
cool.
Joke. No joke.
Like,
I'm getting it. it.
it is actually so sick. And I just hope that it's a feature that Square Enix doesn't like trademark and reserve for themselves. I hope other people can use it.
If they do,
I hope it's not like,
your fault
because like
watch this.
Warner Brothers did it with the Nemesis system in the Shadow of Mordor games. They like trademarked it. They trademarked it so no one could use it, and then they don't even use it either. And so it's just like it's a really cool system that like is not being like fleshed out anymore for no reason.
It's supposed to be in the Wonder Woman game. That's like the next time they're gonna use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right. Then we'll have you back in a bit. We're gonna go to upcoming 2024 games, and then we'll talk about like the best way to game today. All right, we'll see you in a bit. And let's bring on Kimmy.
Yes. Kimmy.
What up?
How you doing, Kimmy? How you doing?
Enlighten us on what we can look forward to in 2024 in gaming.
Oh my god, there's so much. So if there's not a game...
Yet.
Oh
no, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta turn on your camera.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay.
There she is.
There is so much. So if I don't have a game, please don't come for me, because we could be here for like the whole year itself.
Hey, if Kimmy didn't send for you, please don't come for her. You will get ended. It will be done.
I'll just go back into my Baldur's Gate game, because that is the best game. I just had to say that. That was torture to sit there and watch you guys talk about Baldur's Gate. And I'm like, but I have opinions. Okay, moving past Baldur's Gate. One of the things that really caught my attention, which is coming up soon on February 13th release, is Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. No idea what it's about. I do believe it's an RPG, and the trailer looked freaking awesome. That's all I have to go off. Coming off of Baldur's Gate, this was the first thing that really kind of grabbed my attention. So I would say if you're also like me looking for a new game, this might be something to check it out. But again, it was mostly just the trailer that caught my attention. It's like, from the trailer, it seems like there's a living person and a dead person, and a lot of dead bodies were flying around. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, all right. Death, that works. That can be a plus.
I like to go into games. Kind of like how we were talking earlier with trailers, I like to go in games blind. So a lot of these I probably don't know all the meat and potatoes about. But another one we got coming up in February 28th is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Now this is actually a remake from 10 years ago.
Yep.
Puzzle heavy, co-op. So if you like games of that situation where you have to work with the other partner to get across from point A to point B, this is it. When this game first came out, so many accolades. Like, I think it got like straight 10s out of 10s. It got so many awards. Looks like you played it. I had not heard about this game when it first came out.
Man, so it's a great game. I loved it when they first brought it out because they had this whole thing where it was like you can control the different characters with the different joysticks. So like the left
Ah.
one was for this brother, the right one was for that brother, and you're sitting there working in a way where it's like almost cognitive dissonance, and you're just like, all right, somehow I am moving both at the same time, and I know everything that's happening. Like it was so amazing. I was so just like enthralled with just the mechanics of the game that I just ended up finding myself playing for such a long time. It looks great too. The
Yes.
art direction on it for the game, it's so vivid. The colors they choose, and there's a reason why they choose the colors, and it just means so much. So it's a great game. It's
I
a great
also
game.
I also think we're seeing more co-op games in this situation because it's so much fun. Like we're seeing so many different games where you might not see the other person's screen. So now you have to
Yes.
communicate co-ops and stuff like that. And so I think this remake is coming at like a really good time. And I think it's just going to be as acclaimed as it was before. On other remakes, we got to talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Again, I am not in the Final Fantasy world. I was saying earlier,
Okay.
I'm a Final Fantasy adjacent. I played Kingdom Hearts. I played some of the spin-off games. But if you
Okay.
know anything, I'm 36. You know that Final Fantasy VII is like
The
the
Final
be.
Fantasy.
Yes.
The Final Fantasy. Like it's like if you don't know Cloud and his Buster Sword, you're like what you don't know
Yeah.
gaming
There you
kind
go.
of thing.
That's it. Final Fantasy VII was what made me say, sure, I could be a gamer. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't become one, but it did make me say that, like for a moment, like, yeah, I could be a gamer. This is like I'm all about story, and that's all I ever want from a game. So when Final Fantasy VII came out, it was just all about story, and I was like, I can do this forever. Like this is so good. And so the remake, there's a lot going on. Yes, it looks good, but the first I purchased the physical copy of the first
Always buy
portion of the
physical.
remake. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Sony, come on. So
Dude,
the
fucking
first one,
Spider-Man 2 does like I bought the collector's edition. They gave me a steelbook with no disc. I was so
dude, same. I was so pissed because I bought my PS5 and it was like, and you're gonna get Spider-Man with it. I was like, yay! So when they were bringing out the system, I bought it at Target. Shout out
That's
to you
why
guys.
that game didn't win any damn awards. Stupid ass.
Everyone was
bring
so
out
mad.
the system. They bring out the system. And I was like, yeah. So you're gonna go grab the game, and he was like, oh no, it's digital. Ah, okay. Can I get the actual game though? No, it's digital. You can only. I don't. Why? It was just like it pulled
Hold on.
so much from it
Yep.
because I wanted the physical and but still the whole Final Fantasy thing. I loved playing part 1 of the Rebirth. There you go. See, oh, Kevin was. They give you a case with the booklet, and then there's no game. They just give you that download paper.
Yeah, so dumb. Like what makes it dumb too is that like the game is available like 9 p.m. the night before. Like if you're not gonna give me the game, just send me the code to my email. Like you already took my money like 8 months ago. Like let me play the game when it's available. Then if you're gonna make like I'm down to
That's
wait
stupid.
till it ships.
Wow.
But like,
I'd be so mad. My friend,
yeah, that's why
she
they don't win
only
any
buys.
games.
She will only buy the hard copies because she was always afraid
Yep.
of that. And then Sony came out and made that decision. I was like, "You're smart. You're a smart
Yep.
cookie."
Yeah.
I always try to buy physical. I'm not a fan of that digital stuff because I always thought about it, and then now it's happening. You're like, well, there it is.
But
Oh,
see,
man.
when you do things like Steam Deck and Xbox Game Pass, stuff like that, it makes it so much easier to not even think about physical copies anymore because you just download, play, delete, download, play, delete.
Delete, yeah, save onto my cloud, blah blah yada yada.
Yeah.
But I've always been a person that's like I don't like the digital stuff. I'm a person who look. I was born when you had Nintendo and you had to blow into the thing and then pop it in. So it's always been physical. So when this happened,
I love that Nintendo tells us that doesn't work. You can't tell a generation that didn't work. It 100% worked.
It's the only way it worked.
Hey, look. I believed it, and because I believed it, it worked well. And
The
that was it
ultimate
for me.
placebo effect.
Yes, it is. It is. How dare you, Nintendo, say it didn't work? In fact, they should have done something on Mario, the Mario Brothers movie, where somehow something happened.
They had to blow on something to make it work.
Yes, that would have been good.
Could you imagine if they made like a VR's 90 version, like 90s version, and one of the things was just blow in the cassette, put it in, try and get it to work? Like,
that's the game.
That's it.
That's a secret kind of like programmer thing. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yep. Speaking of Nintendo, I feel like there's a lot more games than the two I'm going to mention. But the two big ones, we got Princess Peach Showtime. Looks fantastic. I'm here for a Princess Peach game. That's actually going to be scheduled for March 22nd. It is a Switch game. And then Paper Mario The Thousand Year, which is, if I'm correct, another remake. Right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Is it?
And they did so well with the Mario RPG that came out just a few months ago.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
So it seems like they're going to go through and just start redoing all of them and just get them up to standard. We also have Dragon's Dogma 2. That's coming out March 22nd. I did not play that game. However, it is an RPG. Looks like it might be in that realm of kind of like medieval Renaissance thing. From what I was seeing, the reason that this game looks to be so interesting is because it's the return of the pawn system. So in their earlier game, they had a system where you can kind of create like a pawn that follows you around, does some stuff for you, and they got rid of it, and so that's coming back. So a lot of people are excited about that. It's definitely something I'm interested in trying. I think one of those things people will say like, oh, I can't get into a series because I didn't play the first one. No one played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. We've all played Baldur's Gate 3. Same thing with Witcher. No one really played 1 or 2, but we all got on board for 3. Jump in if it looks good. You never know what series is going to be the one that really just like is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We also have Hollow Knight Silksong. Now, this was supposed to be DLC originally, but then it just became its own solo game. I do believe it was supposed to come out in 2023, but it is slotted for 2024. We just don't know when.
Okay. All right.
But for your Hollow Knights also, it is rumored that it will be on Xbox Game Pass. The other two, I believe, are still on there now, so if you want to play it, highly recommend. Very, oh gosh, how do you even describe it? I can't remember. Is it platformer? I think it's a platformer. But that's coming out. We also have the Life is Strange creators. We saw this when it was announced during the Game Awards. Lost Records, which is Boom and Rage, looks fantastic. It's going to follow 4 main characters, females. Something happens in the forest. We don't know. They come back. It's feeling a lot like that 90s movie. I can't remember when they were like young and then they came adult and then you got to like get the pieces of it falling out. So that looks really good. Yes. Thank you. That one. 100%.
I love that movie.
That is the vibe it's giving.
I was thinking it sounds like Yellow Jackets. Like something happened on the island.
That's
that one too.
You're like,
very Yellow Jackety films. Yeah. So, okay, going off this, we're going to throw something out for our simulations and our cozy gamers out there.
Okay.
Finally, we have a game to rival Sims. Sims has been sitting undefeated for so long in the life simulation games. But Life by You comes out March 5th. I think we are seeing a lot more games being announced that are going straight for Sims. This isn't your dating Sims, Stardew Valley stuff that we've seen really become popular. This is your life simulation. You are a person living your life type situation. And it will be interesting because Sims is also changing their system where they're allowing more free content where they used to be behind that DLC paywall situation. Mm-hmm. So it will be interesting to see how Sims can kind of keep the ground that they've had for 2 decades at this point. There's another game that's coming out. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but it's the same thing, life simulation. It's not coming out this year. And a cat is your overlord. Don't know why, but don't hate it either.
You don't hate it. Okay, well.
You don't hate it. I'm a cat lady. You can put cats anywhere and I'm gonna play it.
I don't know. Cat as an overlord, it's too close to real life. We know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. They sleep on your chest while you're asleep. Your
don't
soul
trust
is
cats.
gone. Your soul is gone. They have it. That's it.
Do you watch our flag means death?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
There you go. I'm just saying. All right. At least
it's okay. Yep, we understand. They steal your souls. Yep. Going off more into your builder type setup, open worlds, we have Lightyear Frontier, which looks really cool. I don't know exactly what's happening. I assume it's going to be post-apocalyptic because he's wearing a mask. So maybe the air is poisonous. There's a weird flying fish bird thing going on. But it is going to be your builder heavy, your open world survivor type game. Along that, you also have a really cute game. So cozy streamers, this is 100% for you. It's Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story. And it's same thing, kind of crafter, buildy, farm, but they're like cute little creatures, so you can't say no to that. And then I have one more, but this I can't guarantee will come out in 2024. To me, this was the best trailer to come out in 2023, so it is just me wanting it to come out in 2024, and that is South of Midnight. I don't know exactly what this game is because we haven't seen gameplay for it. But what we do know from the trailer is it's going to be based probably in New Orleans. It's probably going to have heavy New Orleans mythology, themes of voodoo, monsters that bump in the night. The main character is a person of color, which I feel like we don't see a lot in games. So that alone, entwined with the history and the culture. Like the trailer itself, I cannot stress enough. Go watch it. South of Midnight. It comes in, he's strumming on like the blues of this little guitar. It's this giant voodoo man. I want this game so freaking badly. Chances are it might not come out in 2024, but everyone should go see that trailer. It was the best game trailer in 2023, in my opinion.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say, Suicide Squad. I thought maybe because that's next month, and it's gonna have a lot of microtransactions, and I thought that would be something we'd promote. So this way they give us free copies. But whatever.
Look, I'm a DC person. I'll always be DC over Marvel any day. But I feel like these games right now, it is a trend that's happening, but I feel like it's a trend just to be a trend, and the thought and the manpower and the creativity that should be going through these games just are lackluster. And so you're banking on the fact that these fans are going to buy anything, but then you're not really creating a good product. And so it's hard for me to get hyped up about something when it's just the same kind of principle being sent out over and over and over again. It's kind of the same reason why I play Fortnite, but I don't play every other battle royale that's out there. If it's the same kind of gimmick and you're not really giving me more, then it's just hard for me to want to spend the money to play. But I don't know if Suicide Squad is going to... I'm sure you have to pay for it. I don't think it's going to be a free...
Yeah.
Oh, no. You got to pay for it.
Okay.
It'll be like a year before it gets on Game Pass or something.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I'm going to say this. The views of Kimmy are not necessarily the views of Daniel in Battlestar Galactica. I like free stuff, and I think that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be an amazing, rip-roaring adventure through the DC universe.
You reading my article?
What? I don't know. Give me free stuff. Free stuff. So yeah, that's all.
This is going to be the best game of the year. It's going to take all the awards. I know.
I have a belief and faith that the game will be good if they give me a free one. So
free is great. You can't argue with free. I 100% get behind that. And also look here, I'll say that I didn't think Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be my cup of tea when I first started off, and I think that's something to say, that always be willing to try games, especially, I'm going to say it again, Xbox Game Pass, $9, $10 a month to have a wide range of games that you can download, play, like I said, Hollow Knight, Silk Song's coming out. Before you have to buy it, go play it for $10 a month on Xbox Game Pass. Go play other games. They have games that drop out like the day they're released. Disney Dreamlight Valley came out the same day on Xbox that it did. Life of Pi came out the same day on Xbox Game Pass when it released. So there's always new things and tons of games to play from.
Redfall came out day of release. And,
yeah.
All right, so
hell. Go ahead.
So we got the list of games for 2024, best games 20. But like, what's the best way to play games right now? So we got you got the consoles, we got Switch, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, which I still hate Xbox's naming convention. Like, then of course Master Race PC gaming, and there's mobile gaming, but like what's the best way to game? You guys have
phones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we all have phones.
Yeah.
That do things.
PC gaming is great. I think you have a lot of other companies like Xbox and PlayStation that are creating games that were older games that they've kind of remastered to be PC games, which is nice. So for me, it's one or done Xbox Game Pass PC. That's it. That is the majority of my gameplay.
Oh.
That and then of course Steam. Like if you're paying for a game on Steam, but that's not it.
Those Steam sales are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steam sales are awesome. Like, I've spent $10 and got more games I'm gonna ever play in my life.
And just that. Think of the demos. They have the 3 events a year they have where there's multiple hundreds of games that show up for their demos. That's a great way just to see what's coming out in the future of what games you'd like. No money spent there.
Well, Josh says I think MSI has a Stream Deck that's a competitor that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean,
wait, what's MSI?
I have no idea.
They make motherboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They make well, I only know them for memory, really. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
but, wow. Okay.
They make hardware.
And Steam Deck. Doesn't Steam have a Steam Deck that just came out?
Yeah,
Steam
the
has
Steam Deck.
the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
The Steam Deck, right? Yeah.
And there's been other Acer has one out.
Yeah.
There's the Logitech Stream that's all meant for cloud gaming, which I want to talk about a bit later. Cloud gaming is awesome.
I mean, PlayStation has their own now.
PlayStation sucks though, especially I love PlayStation and stuff, but it's just their cloud gaming and their backbones it has to connect to your your PlayStation, so you have to turn it on. It's it's way too complicated.
I'm gonna get on my little soapbox real fast, and I'm gonna say this, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I missed it, but how are you gonna give me a PlayStation Game Pass, the thingy that they have, right, that I pay monthly for, and not have Crash Bandicoot, not have Spyro, not have the original PlayStation games? That is the only reason that I would sign up for this, because you're not getting a lot of the new games that are coming out, and so give me my originals. That's all I want.
That makes sense. Don't forget where you came from.
Yeah, I mean Nintendo even gives you the games for free for their stuff. Yeah, PlayStation services are they've always been behind. Xbox, Xbox Live has always been better than PlayStation. Since day one, and then Xbox's Game Pass is the ultimate gaming service. It's
everyone says that. I'm always been a PlayStation person. I've always been and they have at every turn disappointed me, and I still stick with them. When they put the PS4 out, and then it was but also since the 5 is coming out, there's a secret software update that all of a sudden made it so your PS4 was no longer able to play DVDs, and it was wait, what happened here? Oh my god! I have to literally wipe my system and then skip a download and go to the new stuff, and it would work again. And I didn't know that for freaking years. And then when I finally got rid of my PS4, that's when I found it out. When I just got my PS5. Man, dude, Sony, when it comes to being king of janky, Sony's hey, here it goes. They're worse than Apple with the whole, here's the software update that slows everything down.
It's
I
so
can't-
bad.
PlayStation
I-
exclusives are king, though.
Yeah.
Like their exclusives are unmatched by everybody else, in my opinion, at least.
I would
Nintendo's
agree
close
with
second.
that. I would agree with that. My only issue is, and I'm a Daniel. I'm a PlayStation person. That was my first console that I would consider mine. I had PlayStation 2. I even got the PSP, the flop that was the PSP when it came out, and I got it from Costco. Okay,
I got the PSP. I got the Vita after. Like, yo, seriously.
but when my account got hacked over a year ago, I have not called
Oh.
PlayStation back to get it unlocked. It just sits there. It's gone forever. I just was like, yeah, I'm not gonna try.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh my god. Oh, that's the worst. Oh.
I
Well,
made
there
sure
you
my
go.
Fortnite skins were there. That was about it.
There you go. That's about it for them.
Yep.
God. Ooh. So, if we can get a consensus on when it comes to consoles or streaming or things of that nature, what's everyone's like? Oh, this is how I go, and this is my number one versus my alternates.
I think if you can afford a PC, PC will
Mhm.
always be best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But affording a PC is the biggest problem with PC. And
Yes.
and maintaining it, cleaning it and upgrading it every couple of years, it's a lot of money that a lot of people can't afford.
Yeah.
I play all my multiplayer games with PC, any single player game on PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Best
right.
of both worlds.
All right. I purchased the PlayStation 5. That's an expensive purchase, so it is the only console I use, and
Yeah.
that's it. That's just how I do it. I'm simple that way.
So I'm really lucky. I live in a house of gamers. We're all gamers here, so we have every
Oh.
console, I think, but Xbox. So we have the Switch, the PlayStation 5, we have the PS4. We all have our built PCs.
Oh, jeez.
So preferably is PC. And then I would say PlayStation after that. And then lastly, Switch. I love the Switch when you're traveling. I'm not the biggest fan of Switch when I'm at home.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's a better. I like it being close to my face, I think it is. And I think it's because a lot of Switch games are in that cozy realm now. And so, like, I don't like the idea of when I'm farming and stuff being so far away from the screen, but maybe that's also because I'm just used to playing PC where your monitors are so close to you.
Okay. Okay. So you're putting your eyes at risk, but I mean I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm blind. It's all good.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. But now, Kevin, what about you, man?
PC is like, yeah, it's the best one out of all of them. You could do the most with it. It's then I would go cloud gaming. Like I feel like people like, especially with Xbox Game Pass, like you could cloud like, what this was like 2 years ago when the new Halo dropped. I beat the whole campaign on cloud, just like off like, I got a controller from my phone and played it that way. And there's like
You can
no
play it on your
problems.
phone. You can play it on your Xbox. You can play it on your PC.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
there's
it
no
works perfect.
download, there's no installation, and you can play the whole game. And like and it's gotten so good, like multiplayer is good with it. Like you can Fortnite, you could cloud game Fortnite off of like your phone or something like that, and it's
what?
it's just as good as pretty much any console. Like, and
Is there
Whoa.
no latency? Like what's that? Like
Yeah,
that's like the only thing that
it's all
stops
on
me
your-
from ever even trying
It's on
it.
it's like it depends on your connection. Like how like zero build. Basically, if you're in California, your zero build's always gonna be like 0.2 seconds behind or
okay.
building, not zero build. Build
Oh,
build
geez.
mode.
I
Like,
knew what you meant.
yeah, like it's so like California is always gonna be 0.2 seconds behind. I'm not a good enough player in Fortnite for that to matter. So like
Okay.
it's
okay.
you know.
Okay.
But like I played
Builder.
like Halo multiplayer on it, and I was once I got like my rhythm back and knew where the shotguns were, like I was able to get my KD above 1 again, and
Yeah.
my team wins didn't matter to me, but yeah, it's like it's good enough, and it's like it's way better than most people think it's gonna be. So cloud gaming,
Okay.
like it's there's Luna, there's Nvidia's, and and then but Game Pass is hands out like the best one out there, and like so you could play like a lot of these games like Life of P. What was that Bullet Storm game that came out recently, or like Bullet Time game, whereas Deathloop. You could do that on.
I thought I wanted to download that.
What was Google's ahead of its time for cloud gaming?
Oh yeah.
My friend used it. I can't remember what it was called.
I thought it was
Stadia.
Yes, bro. Ahead of its time, truly.
Ahead of its time. R.I.P. We miss you guys.
Yes.
So yeah, that was something.
So yeah, cloud gaming is like I think where it's like it's kind of like if you get like a Moga, like the PowerA Moga for your phone. The PowerA Moga, like, it'll be your controller, and it'll also charge your phone, so you can be on that all day.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Let me...
That probably destroys the battery, though.
Oh, yeah.
The Moga has its own, like, so it's like...
Oh, it has its own, okay.
Let me grab it real quick.
Oh,
I think it's also...
Charge the Moga, and then, okay.
I think it's also interesting, because I feel like when you start gaming, like, back when we did, you came to the world of, like... Yeah, you came to the world of Xbox versus PlayStation, right? There was never any crossover of the games. And I feel like for a while with Overwatch and games like that, you either had to have a console or a PC version to be able to play with mutual friends. But I feel like with Fortnite and more games coming out, you can have that cross-play between consoles and PCs now for a lot of games, which is nice because it kind of limits that having to play have PC to play with PC, console to play with console, PlayStation to play with PlayStation.
Yeah, that's where like I would say Xbox is leading the pack. With, you buy a game, you get it pretty much on both PC and Xbox. Game Pass is the best deal in gaming as they advertise it. Like it's just insane on having like pay once and then you just you have it on like any platforms.
And
but
so
then
many
like
sales
they're lacking
too. Like
they're lacking in like every other department
for
though.
The past 2 years. Like
because they always have those deals. If you're not on Game Pass yet, look for the Game Pass trial. It's like $1. It's amazing. And then like the next tier is the $10, which isn't that bad either. Especially if you're playing games like Stardew Valley is on it. I cannot tell you how many times someone said I'm into Stardew Valley, but Xbox Game Pass. Go try it out.
The only issue I have with Game Pass is that the Game Pass Ultimate, which gives it to you on PC, I feel like isn't as good as the only Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
If you have an Xbox and you don't have Game Pass, you're actually trolling. But if you because they have all the best games. Every Microsoft Studio game is on Game Pass day one, and the console benefits from that the most. The PC one is still good, but I don't know if it's like worth getting for only PC. But I tried it a couple of years ago. I don't know what it's like now, but.
I think it's worth just for the cloud gaming. That's
yeah.
Well, like for me, I did Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I was playing other games before. But when Disney Dreamlight Valley first came out, and knowing it was supposed to be a free game, I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to drop $60 for it when I can play it free on Xbox Game Pass on my computer. Like that makes total sense, and then I'll just wait for it. So, like, having things like that is fun, and being mostly PC, I do really appreciate that they have so many games. Even just older games. I think, like, an old game like Alice I saw the other day was there, and I was I always wanted to play that game, but I was never allowed to because as a kid it was like, that's dark and scary.
That game is pretty dark. That game is messed up. Like it's all about being like, it's like kind of being a psycho, like, and you're going it's twisted. Like Alice is twisted, but it's a good game too. It's like a really good game.
Well, Josh in the comments says not having crossplay for non-exclusive games at this point is just stupid.
100%.
Something that should immediately happen. And
honestly, I agree. It's still wild to me that you have to pay to play online on consoles. Like you have I think
that makes no sense to me.
Like I think Fortnite and any of the Epic games you can play for free without like Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus. Yeah. But the fact that you can't like that you have to pay for any of those games. Like at least at this point, like maybe it makes sense like when we were younger, but like at this point, I don't see why like console players have to pay to play some games online. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Especially Discord. Tiny Tina's did that. So Tiny Tina's, for us to like talk in the game through PlayStation, we had to pay for like the PlayStation Pass or something like that. We just went to Discord, had Discord running, and then ran our PlayStation to talk. Like it makes no sense with Discord being as popular as it is now. Being
and now that it's on it's on both consoles. Like it's just like that, and crossplay. Like I feel like should just be a standard for every non-exclusive game.
I do have one question for you guys. What is your thoughts on games stalling their launches between platforms? So like Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example. Baldur's Gate 3 PC came out, then Baldur's Gate 3 PlayStation came out, I think, a month later? And then, 2 months later after that came Baldur's Gate 3 Xbox.
Well, it does depend.
It sucks, but if it can't be helped, then like I don't see the point in delaying a game for PC if you already have a working PC build, but Xbox won't get it for like 6 months or whatever. Like it sucks, but like I think Baldur's Gate 3 in specific was because they were trying to make it for the Xbox One as well, and they couldn't get like the co-op to work on it or something, and so that's what delayed the Xbox One for so long.
See, that's interesting because my thing was like being, again, Baldur's Gate 3 being one of the first games in that kind of realm that I've played. Like I love TT RPGs in general, but I've never seen it in video game format in this sense. And that was just the one thing was like people were like on TikTok because it was so popular. People are like, I want to go get this game, and then they're like, oh, I can't play it yet. And then you're just like, then when that came around, it was like the wave started all over again, like a whole new family of people like coming in.
That's very true. That kind of stuff, it is annoying, but like you said, if you already have a PC build, when it comes to Microsoft, Xbox, and like PC build, those two should be like synonymous. They come out the same day. It should always be that way. I mean, you have everything set up for you. That should be done. But when it comes from Xbox to PlayStation to Switch, that I understand. Because it's like, well, we have to work with the mapping system and we have to do this to work with the processor on this system versus the processor on this system. This one may be more powerful, but this one is faster. Then there's all the... I get that. So I understand the delay. But when it comes to PC and Microsoft, PC and Xbox, those two should always be synonymous on release.
Well, the thing is, it's usually PC that the port comes after.
Yeah.
Because it's like that hardware thing. So, I mean, kind of, it's like a little bit... Like, I played Baldur's Gate 3 in 2020, when they, like, came out in early access. Like,
when Shadowheart had a different hair color.
Yeah,
apparently.
when there was only one act in the game, and you had to restart it every 6 weeks.
Oh, God. What?
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But, usually, PC is the one that gets the port the last, in most cases, with at least AAA studios. So, you know, I'm kind of like... The PC gamer side of me is kind of like, you know... Xbox, PlayStation, you guys
can deal with it.
Yeah, you guys deal with this. We deal with it for like every game, so like you guys can have it for like one game.
I would love to compare, because so many people who were upset that Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, and the Spider-Man fans specifically, because they're like, I bought a PlayStation so I could play Spider-Man. I've seen so many people say they've bought their PCs to play Baldur's Gate, that they've updated their PC. They had to. And so I would like to compare the two of how much money was generated PC versus console between those two games in general. Like, just what was the hype enough that people were like, yes, okay, I'm going to drop $1,000 on a new computer. I'm going to... That's why I got mine.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
100%.
Like my friend Brett said earlier in the chat, like his sister got a computer just for Baldur's Gate 3. Like, it is that kind of game, you know, like, I mean, now it's on consoles, but like for a while it was just PC. And so if the game is that good where people are, you know, dropping like at least $1,000 on the PC to play it, it's good. And anyone who says Baldur's Gate 3 didn't deserve Game of the Year just simply did not play Baldur's Gate 3. Like,
yeah, I didn't.
I have never seen a game cross genres like Baldur's Gate 3 did. You have your RPG people who showed up, they knew Baldur's Gate 3 was in the works, they followed it, they were excited for it, and then out of the blue you had the Sims, dating Sims people just be like, what? You can date, you can romance NPCs? Sold. I don't know how to fight, I don't know what these spells are, but I'm gonna get with Asterion if it's the last thing I do.
Yeah, and it's like even like the Animal Crossing girlies like came to Baldur's Gate 3, like just to like have that wide of like a player base and like people that are interested in the game, for it to be like a turn-based tabletop RPG is just is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing is how amazing the cast, the actors have like just played with it. Like, I don't know if you guys follow voice actors or stuff like that. I'm not the biggest that follow like celebrities, but I follow the voice of Hausen. This man cracks me up. He is so in his headspace. So before the game came out, Daniel, there was a clip of a bear getting pretty down and dirty with a character, and it was like broke the internet because you could have fun with this character Hausen. So he's like animal daddy is like what he just changes into like different animals.
He's a druid, so he can like turn into animals.
But he's built. He
can turn into animals.
He's polyamorous. Like, people love him, and like the things he posts that people are making about him, like the fan art, the crossovers. Like, how do you do this with a straight face? He'll post it. He like trolled Elon Musk at one point, like being like Hausen. Like, this man has gone all in. Watching them also play themselves, like they're doing their own series. What is it? Who are the two guys? Oh my god, from Lord of the Rings. Was it Tobey Maguire and Sean Astin?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Elijah
Wood. Thank you. I was like, I know that's not right. So they actually filmed them playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
And there's a book that is like the Tome of like the Dead or something, and like Steve Austin just like throws him into the pits.
Yes.
And it was like and I was like, this is so weird. Where would you get a game where a completely different franchise can come and play it and react what like their Lord of the Rings? Like, it's just so much fun and so many different crossovers. It's crazy to me.
I sent that clip to Daniel.
Yeah, he did. That's why I was like, oh my god. Like, I remember that, and I was like, oh, okay. All right.
But
there's so much that's selling.
So much gratification to see like Sam just throw Frodo in the fire. Just like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. Like, it was such a good moment for like the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think like a game that's able to have stuff like that, that's so open world, is just like, there's a reason why the game companies after Baldur's came out said, do not expect this from us. We cannot live up to this standard.
Hey,
don't put us in this box. We don't want to go down this route.
you shouldn't expect anything akin to Baldur's Gate 3 from any developer, because Baldur's Gate 3, like, I played it in 2020, but like that was its early access, and so it was they were making that game for years before 2020. And it didn't officially release till 2023, so like it took a long time to make that game.
It took 3 games for them to get to this level. Yes, small studio, and it took 3 games for them to get to this level of notoriety, to actually get their flowers. And it's just like, well, dang, whatever else they'll make, people are gonna be like, yes, I'm here for it. So that's a good thing. I just hope they don't end up like Santa Monica Studios, where they're like, we only know God of War, we don't know anything else. Like,
they're working on more stuff.
Yeah, see,
and I think they'll get because they didn't do Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2. They are they're fresh on Baldur's Gate 3.
Exactly,
and I think
is completely fresh on it.
Yeah, and they had some fallout with prior games, right? Like, there is like they're a studio that I think they had some great games prior, but I think they've also struggled a bit in like in the run. So Baldur's Gate 3 I think is really promising. Like, I expect to see a lot more people reaching out and working with them, because they did have a small team to create this. Like,
they made the Divinity games, which, like, if you haven't played like Divinity Original Sin and those games, it's pretty much Baldur's Gate 3, but just like I don't know, not as official according to D&D kind of stuff. But it's pretty much the same kind of It's pretty much the same kind of stuff, like a medieval fantasy turn-based. They are all also really good. Like Divinity, Original Sin, and Original Sin 2 are really, really good games. But again, they didn't get nearly as much attention as Baldur's Gate 3 did.
But who knows? Maybe with Baldur's Gate 3, people will start looking at those games more because they're gonna. I think the issue we're gonna run into is people are gonna want games like Baldur's Gate 3. Changes what you expect. And if you are coming from a TTRPG background and you do like D&D, what is it? Wizards of the Coast? Is that the people who run D&D?
Yeah.
They should be reaching out. They should already be in talks. Give them the whole line.
Yeah.
Give them every single game you want them to do.
It's like for how big 2023 was for D&D, it like honestly does not need to be celebrated whatsoever for like what Wizards of the Coast is doing to that game.
That's true. That's
my
true.
god, that's a whole other episode's worth of a topic, but that annoys the hell out of me so much.
They did a lot of shitty things last year.
And they're only continuing it into 2024. Maybe they have like a one D&D coming out, like the new version. That's just I don't know.
So it's not 6E or something, or
they're like it's technically the 6th version, but they're gonna stop like making new versions of it. They're making one version that's like you can just continue to update that one version instead.
Does that mean they're merging in then 1, 3, 5?
It's like I think like the selling point is that like it'll take the best of all the versions and make it into like one unified game. But like I don't know, with like how stingy they've been about like making money and stuff like that. Like I feel like they'll just force anyone who wants to use it to like rebuy all the source books, rebuy everything. And it's from what I haven't play tested it at all, but from what I've heard, it's not the best. So we'll see.
That's we got 3.5.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name is for it.
Yeah, I mean, play D&D. Play D&D is fun. It's pretty expensive, but
don't play D&D. Just get Baldur's Gate, $60.
Yeah, or just get Baldur's Gate 3 because it's literally just that.
It really is. We say that because they went with 5, right? Edition 5. It's basically anything you can find in Edition 5 is in Baldur's Gate 3. So all of your stat buildings, your classes, all of that stuff falls into that realm. Now, if you are a Sims person, because I have seen this, the what do you call them when you download versions on top of it?
Mods?
I'm drawing a blank. Thank you, mods. Okay. The mods for Baldur's Gate 3 are bonkers now. You guys have gone too far.
Yeah, that's again like a point in the PC gaming category. It's just mods.
Yeah.
Mods, you can't mods are hard to come by on console unless it's like a Bethesda game. And only until recently they started supporting it on console. But mods, Baldur's Gate 3 mods are crazy.
Yeah, I only really know Sims mods, which are just bonkers. Like the Sims mod world is crazy. You can be like, you could do anything. You could break the law. You can sell stuff. It's just not. It is crazy.
Breaking the law. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Baldur's Gate 3.
Go get it.
Baldur's Gate 3 PC, and do it. If you can't PC, whatever you can afford.
Yeah, if you can afford anything, man. Yeah. These consoles, $500 for each consoles.
I'm trying so hard to get us to stream a Baldur's Gate campaign just from start to finish.
I'm down.
I'll play.
I think it'll be total chaos.
I'm down. Dedicate Monday nights. I think that's my easiest night to dedicate. I'm down.
Let's do it. I'm so down.
I can look into
I gotta buy it.
Downloading that game. Yeah.
I'll have to send you a video, Daniel.
Does it have crossplay?
Does it have crossplay?
Crossplay. I do believe it's crossplay. I might be wrong.
We should look that up.
Okay, because if it is,
we'll check.
All right, because I'm not buying a game.
I'm also down for a Tiny Tina campaign.
I love Tiny Tina so much. I love Tiny Tina. I was redoing my room, and the first thing I thought was, could I paint a unicorn stained glass like in the church? And I was just like, how do we make that happen?
Man. Okay.
All right, so
Tiny Tina's great.
let's get our last subject that we'll talk about: TV and streaming. Like,
Oh, I got TV.
yeah. So what's everybody looking forward to this year?
Traders.
Which one?
The Traders. Okay,
Oh,
so the Traders. Yeah, so that is season 2 is coming up. I think at the end of this month or early February. It is on Peacock. I might be wrong on that one. But the Traders is interesting because it follows the game Werewolf. So if you know the idea of Werewolf, where you have people who are the werewolves, and at night they kill someone, and then during the day the rest of the townspeople, or in this game it's called innocents, they then have to figure out who is the traitor or the murderer and vote them out. And hopefully at the end of the game, if there are all innocent people at the end of the episode, then they get money and they get to split the prize pot. If there is at least one murderer in the Traders game, at the end of the finale, they get to take all the money for themselves. And the people won't know until the very end. So it's all about logic, deduction. There's some challenges that they have to do during the day to like add money to their pot. What's interesting is you have a cast of half of the people are celebrities, reality TV people. The other half of the cast is just normal people.
This is this like the reality TV villains show?
House of Villains is slightly
no,
different.
no.
Because I can talk about House of Villains all day, every day. My girl Tanisha won. She deserved it. Bananas, he has redemption arc. House of Villains is also on my list of season 2, even though it's not announced yet. Here's why. Bananas, if you loved House of Villains and you love the challenge, Bananas and CT will be in the Traders next when it releases in season 2. I am so here for this. I want to see if Bananas and CT, one of them has to be a traitor. One of them has to be. I kind of want CT to be, because I think it will drive Bananas crazy that he won't be in power, because that man has to be in power. That's where he shines.
CT from Real World Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Holy
CT, the challenge, one of the challenge gods. I think he's won 5 of the challenge compared to Banana's 7. Like, see, I'm so excited.
Dude, I gotta watch this now. I
gotta
remembered that.
Oh yes, this is the show I was thinking about, where they have Sandra and Parvati from Survivor.
Yes.
On there.
Wait, and who's the host on the show? What's his name?
Alan Means is the host of the American Traders. This man in his little Scottish castle with his little kilts and his outfits. I was like, I will forever believe that this is his real castle. He really does dress this way. And these are all people just over for a dinner party. You cannot change my mind.
Oh my god. You have headcanon.
I don't like Werewolf, which is so funny why I like this game so much. I'm not a fan of the game Werewolf in general. But I think it's the way that they team up some of the reality people with non-reality people, because there were some people in season 1 that came and they're like, oh, I'm sure these people look at me like I'm a god, like I'm the best thing, so I'm going to manipulate them. Like, you had one person, Kate from Below Deck, she's just a shit stirrer to begin with. You had like a Real Housewife there. At one point, she's just chucking money in the middle of their competition because she wants to be voted out so badly. She just like, please get me out of here. Please kill me. Vote me out. I do not want to be in this show anymore. She just kept all the way till the end.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay. I mean, hey, I know that Nightcrawler was the host before or something, so I'm down with it.
The Traders different areas. So like there's, I think, the Traders UK, and there's like the Traders somewhere else. So each area has their own host. So this one, it would be American. I think is like.
Right.
But yeah.
All right. I can deal with that. I'm down for it.
I'm super excited for.
It's on my list because I mean, House of Villains. I was not watching for it until Kimmy did the review, and I was like, let me see what she's talking about here. Oh my god, this is the best show in the world! Like that was it for me. That was it. So I'm in.
Show weeks before this episode aired, and I said House of Villains will be the best TV show in the last decade. I think they said that it was the most watched show that they've had in 10 years.
Oh, that makes sense. Man.
If you haven't watched House of Villains, it just wrapped up. I totally ruined it for you of who won. I'm sorry, but you already had to know. Tanisha is the queen. She has been a queen for such a long time since the Bad Girls Club. There's a reason why they bring her back for wrap-ups to do the interviews. She is amazing. And the relationship between her and Bananas, I was so happy to see, because they are like so opposite, but yet they work so well together.
Indeed.
Trailer season 2. So what you got, Danny?
Yeah, I am actually really excited for Echo. I'll be the first to admit that I got that Marvel fatigue like crazy. Have not cared about any of like the last 2 years worth of stuff, but I'm really excited for Echo. And I think it comes out next week.
Mm-hmm.
All of it at once, which is, I mean, it has its perks, but yeah, no, just like the mature rating. Finally, like, I think canonizing the Netflix Daredevil.
They released the photos of the Netflix suit, the red one.
Yeah. And so I'm excited. I want Marvel to experiment more, do some different stuff, and with this like mature rating, it seems like they're doing it at least, or at least giving it a shot, which it's all I could really ask for at this point.
Yeah, that's not a bad choice. That's a really good one. Echo is definitely going to be something that I think is going to change the landscape of what Disney plus Marvel has been doing for a while. People have been, poo-pooing on things that they've been putting out. I think this will kind of let them, kind of smack us in the face and say, remember who we are.
I will. My one gripe with it before it even comes out is I saw a picture of Echo's like final costume, and I'm gonna wait till the show comes out. But like the costume does not look good to me. It looks like someone pointed out that it kind of looks like A-Train's from The Boys, his like Africa inspired suit.
Oh no.
So I mean, I'll go in with no expectations, but like that's like the one thing that I've seen so far that I'm not entirely stoked for, because like Echo has like such a cool comic book costume with like just like the white handprint on her face. It's so sick, and it doesn't look like she's getting that in the show. So that sucks, but hopefully it's good.
Going off Marvel, I think Agatha. We're finally going to get the spinoff from WandaVision, and I think having Agatha's what is it, Darkhold Diaries? Is it? Yeah. I think that's also going to be an interesting throw in the mix, because we understood where WandaVision came from. It tied up into the Marvel universe, but now you have someone that's completely not connected as well to any prior, I think, real stuff that has been done so far besides the Wanda. So it'll be interesting to see how that branches off. I do hope we keep kind of that silliness that we got with WandaVision. Maybe give it a little bit more of the comedy relief to maybe like the darkness that seems like Echo might be will be nice. Because I feel like we haven't got a lot of that light humorness, and I don't watch Loki, so maybe that's where they were thinking of it, but I feel like he's not light humor, he's just chaotic. Like, I feel like there's a difference between the two feelings.
Okay.
My other pick is Kevin's pick also, so I'll let him introduce that.
What's that one?
Shogun.
Yes, dude.
Ooh.
Shogun, I got to see... Am I allowed to say that?
Hold it up.
I was like, wait. I was like...
Oh.
I can't take that Marco for that. So I saw a bit of the series. It's based off a book that was written a while ago. It's been adapted a few times, but this time it's still like largely Western made. They shot it in Canada, but it was like far more invested in being authentic. So Hiroyuki Sanada is a producer. Sanada is like whenever America thinks of a samurai, they hire Sanada. He's a thorough thespian, and pictures show good the language the Japanese are speaking at this time to be their Shakespearean version of Japanese. Like it's a different way they speak, and Sanada's he's I don't know what they call it, but it's basically he's a Shakespearean Japanese actor. He's a producer, and he was basically there for every shot of if he's not on screen, he was behind the camera. So the authenticity of the traditions, just the way they walk, the way they carry themselves, the way they speak is it's gonna be felt throughout this show, and it's probably more of a political thriller than anything, but you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get just straight up, just a bunch of tea in the most polite way possible. They're gonna tell you to go fuck a goat in the nicest way possible. It's
wow.
And
okay.
It's gonna be delivered in such eloquence, but yet you're just gonna see people wanting to chop each other's heads off, which happens a lot, but holding back. They only chop the heads off of the peasants, just for no reason. Killing was not a at this time, killing people and just kind of the value of the culture is the Japanese people did not value life. Versus, because it's in contrast to Christianity where all life is valuable. The Japanese is a harsh contrast. They value no life.
Wow.
but the Lord. So it's this crazy battle with theology, battle with politics, battle with
classism.
Classism, learning.
Yeah.
Actually, not so much because the Japanese are fully invested in keeping their class system.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that okay, all right.
So
God.
Yeah, after seeing what I saw, I got the book. I'm listening to it when I drive to work and stuff like that, and it's so there's so much intrigue, and it's because Western history is always kind of made everyone seem like savages, and when you look at this, this is the 1600s. The Japanese were by far the most civilized, yet most brutal civilization of the time. They're
it seems like a big budget show. All of from the trailer, from what I've seen, it looks like they did a lot of location shooting and practical sets and stuff like that. And just to get a feudal Japan show with the budget behind it on, I think it's on FX, right?
Yeah, FX and Hulu.
FX and Hulu, it looks so sick.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it.
Man.
So the dramatic draw is a thing, but it's still gonna have katana action.
Yeah.
And
Kurosawa type stuff, or just
big time.
I can't wait. I mean, I've been seeing commercials for it over and over. I watch Fargo, so I see the commercials all the time for it, or the promos for it all the time, and I was just yeah. I've added it to my YouTube TV thing, so I'm set.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the one to beat for best limited series. Hands out, it's already. That's the only thing I don't like. It's definitely gonna be a limited series because there's only one book. But
damn.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. And I'm just glad to get Sanada a role that's not the we need a badass samurai to kill. This, he's a historical figure that unites Japan, and so it's real. There's real stakes, real everything. It's just historical, and yeah, it's gonna be so dope. But that's my big show for the year so far.
All
I
right.
have so many.
Yeah.
I'm not a movie person, but I'm a TV person, 100%.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to the tail end of Invincible, but I know that's a whole thing, and I'm probably gonna get a dart in the neck later for it. But True Detective. I am so ready. I am so ready for I'm a big girl power kind of thing, and I so much so that I hate the phrase girl power because it's like you're diminishing a woman. It's the whole thing for me. But I am so down for this, especially with the stars that are in it, like Jodie Foster and I forgot what's her name. But it's just like, man, it kind of has a Fargo feel, but it's going to be True Detective. So it's just like, oh, I am in for this. So I can't wait for that. I am looking forward to it, like heads over heels, just insanely ready for it right now. That's my big get for 2024 so far.
I think one of the ones that I'm super excited for is Doctor Who. We got a new doctor. We just came off 3 amazing celebration episodes
Specials,
and the
yes.
Christmas special. We are at an all-time high right now, and Chudy did phenomenal in I do believe pronouns are his, they, maybe. If I'm wrong, please correct. But I do believe that his first episode, oh my god, not even just the doctor, but Ruby Sunday as the companion, I'm instantly just hooked to. I don't think there's been a long time since I have felt this connected to both. It's always usually one or the other.
I was going to say the same thing. Same thing. This is great to see a doctor who isn't burdened by the past. This is a self-help doctor, one who understands what it is to be like emotionally, psychologically, and physically like together and aware. And I love it so much. He literally played his own therapist and said, "You need to take a seat and fix yourself. I'm going to enjoy the world the way we should have from the beginning." And it's great to see that. And the first moment we see the doctor
in the club,
yes,
oh my god!
Without having to have the whole burden of I have to be on an adventure because I have to keep running from my past. And like, no, you don't have to worry about it.
It was like the most simplistic image and screenshot, but it said so much. It gave so much of his personality so that we knew exactly what we're getting. It was in a kilt, so we're continuing this trend of just pissing off everyone who should not be a Doctor Who fan. I'm going to say it. If you are not in our realm of self-love and acceptance, if you got upset because we had a female doctor, if you're upset because we now have a black doctor who is LGBTQ forward, you're upset that we had a trans character, and the whole non-binary plot point, which by the way was freaking phenomenal. You are not welcome in here. And if you did not get that in the 3rd episode of the special, when they're literally calling you all out for your crazy, I'm always 100% right, I want to fight everyone, then you do not understand Doctor Who. Like, I read an article the other day that said they got over like 200 complaints about the episode from the BBC, and the BBC's like, tough luck, I don't know what to tell you, don't watch it, it's not for you.
Disney was like, hey, keep complaining, we're gonna go ahead and show it to you. This is fantastic. I was like, wow.
He came back, and the writer, he just came back, he's like, I'm here to just mess it all up, I'm here to just be like bomb after bomb after bomb. The only issue I have, the one thing that drives me bonkers, is the Paw Patrol Doctor Who logo. I don't know who created that thing, but every time I see it, it's Paw Patrol. That is what I think I'm about to watch. Doctor Who Paw Patrol crossover.
It's the classic. It is the classic Doctor Who like diamond. So it's a whole thing where they're like, hey, we're going back, but we're making it new. And yeah, it looks like Paw Patrol. It definitely looks like a dog's like little charm on their collar, like Scooby-Doo's little charm. Actually,
100%.
It really looks just like that. So,
but yeah, no, Doctor Who, I'm so excited. But they say it might not come back in 2024. If it doesn't come back, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad.
If it doesn't come back, it doesn't count. And that's horrible. It better.
I completely forgot about it until this moment, but the Fallout show
Oh,
Yes!
Trailer looked very good.
yeah.
Oh man.
If that takes off, like I can see like with that and like The Last of Us,
Oh yeah.
like video
Oh.
game TV shows might become like the next huge fucking
I
thing
think
on TV.
video games and
It's
toys
approaching.
are. You know, we were from superheroes. I think we're going to video games and toys.
Yeah.
Toys though, because I
Yeah,
saw the
already
Hasbro
established
list
choice.
Oh my
of
God.
like the Magic 8 Ball, Uno. Although I will say this, I do follow someone on TikTok who makes like their running joke about Uno reverse cards being played in real life. I probably get behind a funny comedy of using like Uno reverse as a way, almost like Click from Adam Sandler when he used the remote.
Yeah.
Something like that. The 8 Ball, no. Like the everything else that was on that list, I'm like, please do not. I do not need to sit through 30 different toy movies. I just
8-Ball,
don't.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
Magic 8 Ball should be a horror.
That's what they're going with.
I think, yeah,
I think that's
they're
what they
gonna do
plan on
Magic
doing
Ball.
it.
I think it's a Blumhouse actually project too.
sign me
So
up.
yeah.
Ah, man.
So
Yes,
that was like, I'm in.
Yeah, that
So
sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm in now.
There's a lot that are already in the works. Like they were like, Barbie did well, great. Green light, green light,
Yep.
green light.
The wrong.
I mean, hey, Rihanna's gonna be like, has anyone forgot about Battleship? You know, you're like, yeah, we all did. We all did. That's. I'm sorry, we love you.
ahead of its
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I don't think it had a time. I don't think it ever had a time. That's the thing. But hey, it happened. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
That was a
TV
bad
though,
summer
that's
for
what-
Taylor Kitsch.
Which
Wait,
one?
which one?
Good kids, man.
Whenever Battlefield and the Mars movie came out.
I
Oh,
love
Carter.
the Mars movie.
Yeah.
The
Look.
Mars movie is a cult classic in my opinion.
One of my favorite comic book characters of all time is Gambit from the X-Men. And
okay.
god damn it, X-Men Origins Wolverine was horrible, but Taylor Kitsch was such a good Gambit,
Yeah.
He
in my
was.
opinion.
He was good.
And to this day, there's not been another one. And I need Deadpool 3 to fix that as soon as possible, but I would love Taylor Kitsch forever just for that Gambit in the X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Like,
Okay, I'm
X-Men
gonna
Origins
ask-
Wolverine had good casting. Like,
yeah.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
but just wasted. The
Dude,
entire-
yeah, completely wasted all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll bring Taylor Kitsch back to
Or Channing
truly
Tatum.
reprise, or Channing Tatum.
I'll
That's
take
what
a
I said
Channing
earlier.
Tatum.
I
I'll
said
take
maybe maybe that'll happen. I mean, as long as it's not Ezra Miller, I think we're all okay, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
True that.
I think we're good. Oh,
Not the biggest superhero person, but I am so excited. It's the final season, right, of The Boys that's coming out soon.
I don't think it's
Is
the
it
Or is
the
final.
final season?
I don't think it's
Is
the
it not
final.
the final season?
They're gonna milk that thing until
Yeah.
it's
I
dry.
said it was the final season.
Nah, I don't think so. Because they got the Boys Mexico spinoff coming too.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they got. The,
Like,
Yes.
I
No,
like
it's not. Okay.
like I want to complain because they're just like becoming what they were making fun of, like with all these spin-offs and stuff. But like
they're good.
Gen V was good.
They're so good.
Like Gen
V
V
was
was
so
really good,
good.
and The Boys has always been really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to complain, but like, they're doing it, I guess, in a good way at least. Like they haven't let me down yet.
Look,
Yeah.
I have such a like guilty pleasure with The Boys and just watching people get upset about the plot points, knowing that they're the people that they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things where you're just like, are you paying attention to what's happening? Like, but no, they released a clip the last few days where I guess like they become co-captains. And it was very interesting that I was like,
Okay.
I need more now. Please don't do this. Like, I just want to see exactly how this goes. So it looks like they're kind of teaming up to be, Homelander versus, why can I not think of her whole name? Starlight? Yeah, Starlight is going to be, which makes sense because that's kind of where we left it off at the end of season 3. But I will want to see if Gen V finds a way to kind of intermingle into this next season, or is they completely separate? Because I mean, Homelander did show up at the very last episode.
The virus is from Gen V is going to be a big part because Butcher finds out about the virus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that part for sure is carrying over into the new season. It's going to be a big part of it.
Oh man. Oh
So-
man, that could change up a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, to give Butcher a soup eraser like that is
Yeah.
yeah.
And they do all their characters so well, man. Like
Yes.
Homelander is the worst person ever created, and
But
yet
I-
it's just like, but like that's what he's supposed to be, and like Anthony Starr is incredible
Yeah.
as this character, but like, oh my god, I can't
Oh.
stand the sight of him anymore.
He is
Yeah.
eating. He is eating well, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he shows up and he's just like, "Oh, is this all mine?" Nom, 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 man. It's just, I love watching it. He's so good. So
You-
yeah.
You know who I was really excited to see who got a crossover that I was not expecting? Oh my god, what is his name now in the show? He was from Supernatural.
Oh, Jensen
Jack-
Ackles.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
When he
Yeah.
showed up in there, like in that scene, I was like, "What? Where did I click on the wrong episode? What's happening here?" But I would love to see him get a spinoff, or definitely just go more into that, because that character itself is just so chaotic, and he plays him so well, like so freaking
Jeez.
well. If I would say there was anyone else giving Homelander a run for their money, it would be that character.
Oh
And
yeah.
they're kind of the two, they're kind of both evil.
Father
Like-
son.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
true too. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, I'm sure the
Boys,
boys
season
season
four.
4.
Oh,
Oh,
so
Steve
it's
Boo,
confirmed
great.
that season 4 is not the final
No,
season.
yes, correct. Not the
So,
final season.
That's good. That's
Speaking
good.
of Amazon show crossovers, you think we get Spider-Man and Invincible season 2? Have you guys read the comics? The Invincible
I
comics?
know.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't read it, but I know. Yeah.
So like the main villain of this season is like a dude who can open like multiversal portals, and in the
Mhm.
comics, he like at one point sends Mark to pretty much, it's like not like outright stated, but it's like it's the Marvel universe, and he like runs into Spider-Man. I think it is outright stated
Yeah.
because I think they actually have like crossover storylines. But yeah, he like fights with Spider-Man, and like
Yeah.
Amazon has like a deal to make Spider-Man shows. So, and like I think Josh Keaton, the guy who voiced Spider-Man in like the old animated show, is in the Invincible season 2 cast, and it's like the thread is just like
it's
Oh,
like
God,
the
yeah.
Charlie Day meme of him
Yeah.
like on the with the
Oh yeah,
red
yeah.
lines
with the
connecting
cats.
everything.
Oh,
dude, if they
man.
do
My
that,
favorite
especially with
things.
Josh Keaton, that'd be so dope.
It'd be so awesome.
Yeah, because Keaton's Spider-Man was great. Like,
Oh, man.
Spectacular
That'd be
Spider-Man's such a
fantastic.
slept-on show. Well, it was
Oh,
at
yeah.
that weird time when Disney acquired Marvel, so like the Marvel show.
Yeah,
just
that's
got-
right.
So we lost because Earth's Mightiest Heroes was great too. Like,
Yes.
Oh my
We lost
god,
one
the
rated.
storytelling, everything was good in that.
Was it Fox that owned Spider-Man, or was Fox the one who owned X-Men?
Fox owned X-Men.
X-Men.
Sony owned Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But like they don't own the animation to Spider-Man, or like they don't own TV show rights to Spider-Man. Sony.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but
So interesting.
yeah, because it was like, so then they put Ultimate Spider-Man and the Avengers show that they had, which was, it had its moments, but it just wasn't as
It
good.
wasn't
as,
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
It
Earth's
wasn't
Mightiest
my
Heroes. Like that's the way to get into like the Avengers. I think like if you're trying to introduce like,
Yeah.
like this is yeah.
It's sick.
But at some points, it's weird to say. I had to get past the visual of that show.
Oh,
The
yeah.
art wasn't something that like got me, but the story was fantastic. The voice acting was great. So it was just like, man, everything is great. Just get past the art, man. Just
Because it was
and
like a
then
worse
finally
version
what I
of
did.
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, it was weird. Like
Yeah.
they were just like, here we are, we're trying, and it was like, no, don't try.
It's like
Just-
we want to be an
do
anime,
what
but
you
we're
need to
not
do.
going to give you the anime like details. But we're
yeah,
it looked kind of like
Ah.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, kind of.
oh gosh,
It's
there you go.
That is
Yeah.
such a callback. Oh my god,
There
I
you
haven't thought
go.
of that show in
Bravo.
a decade.
Bravo! My God,
Whoa.
guess who's looking up some stuff today? You guys watching, all of you. That's your homework. Go watch it. Gosh.
Yeah, so
Oh
we got a
man.
lot to look forward to. 2024. We got games, we got movies, we got TV. Uh, we haven't even got into like board games and like everything else. But yeah, we got a lot. We'll either come. We went like 2.5 hours, so I'm thinking we should do
Ooh.
different shows instead, or we could just keep doing one long show and just cut it up. We'll figure it out. Everyone's still good with the name SacrILlegious until we
Yes.
SacrILlegious.
SacrILlegious. So that's our new show name. Yeah, try to do every Sunday about noon. Yeah, we'll figure this out as we go along. Like suggestions, what do you want to see? Yeah, let us know in the comments. And anybody else got closing thoughts?
Yes, I just gotta throw one out there. Bridgerton season 3 for the girlies.
Oh,
Gotta throw it out there.
Go. There you
And we've
go.
waited too long for it. And then for the musical people, Has Been Hotel. Animation, Amazon comes out later this month. It has a stand-up cast from Broadway. Just gonna be a little crude on the humor, but oh my god, the story is great. Highly recommend. But that's it.
My gosh, is Seth MacFarlane involved at all?
No. So actually,
Wow, that's a shock.
Has Been Hotel is great in the sense of it was completely indie. Someone created it, uploaded it to YouTube. It went super viral, I think, in 2017.
Oh.
And then basically Amazon and I think it's A24 picked it up. And
Wow.
they just redid it. They redid the first episode, added the episodes. Yep, my cat. He's like, but it's phenomenal. It has Alex Brightman from musicals. He was best known for Beetlejuice on Broadway. It has Erica, who started her role in Mean Girls the Musical, with Mean Girls the Movie coming out. So she's there. It has, Stephanie Beatrice? Is that her last name? From Encanto and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It has so many freaking people. It is a musical. There are like 2 to 3 songs an episode. They're 20-minute episodes. But I would say if you like kind of like South Park humor, where it is a little bit like college humor, but yet the messages are good, this is it. This is so interesting. I'm so here for it. Highly recommend. It's going to be on Amazon. I think it comes out like end of like maybe January 19th, I think. January 16th. I'm not sure. But we'll have a review up soon, so check it out. But that's it. That's all I had.
All right.
Anyone else?
I'm good. Yeah, I got all my stuff.
No, I'm just happy to be here. I don't.
For sure. All right. So
telling Daniel what to watch.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, tell me. I'm taking notes. This is what I do.
All right. So yeah, 12 o'clock on Sundays. Follow our socials. Check the site out. You know, the site's where most of our news is going to come from, anyways. And yeah, see you next week. All right. And, cool. I think yep. Thanks, everybody.